flex. The livest one in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar.
Tyson Fury being spoken to by Ben Davison, and there's the moment, the pre-fight kiss. I have never ever seen that before.
Yeah, buddy. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Come on in, smash the like button, like the video, share the video. We are our own algorithm. Let's not leave it up to Miguel, the pillow biter that he is, to do anything for us. We do it for ourselves. I'll give y'all a moment. Get here, smash the like button. You already know I was gonna go in on this. I just wanted to wait a little bit. Just wanted to wait just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Come on in. It's never on your time, it's on God's time. I told y'all, it's not, listen. It's not us. We don't understand certain things. Things need to cook. Y'all all, well, most of y'all grew up with parents in your house, right? Your mom or your favorite auntie cooking some food and it smells so good. You get in that kitchen, you're ready to eat right there. But what did they tell you? Ain't ready yet. You gotta bring it to a boil. Then you gotta let it sit for a moment. Smash my like button, share the video. You already know what I'm finna do with this information. Bernard Gilbert, y'all must have forgot. MXC, JC in the building, salute. Sam Mack, K-Rob, Black Gun Owners Magazine, TVB over there on Rumble. Fist of the Black Star, salute. Prince Savage, Marcus Walsh, salute to everyone on Rumble. J-Man, Hen Dog. Yeah. Exactly, Hen Dog. Time reveals all truth and the lie's nothing but the long way to the truth. Now, I want everybody to come up in here that just brushed everything off because, we were just talking all these years, right? And like I said, just pay attention to the meme because my memes tell stories. They say a lot, don't they? Mook, what up, Mook? They say a lot, don't they? And a lot of you that are in the dark by choice, just understand that you're there by choice. You guys are DD. Double D, deliberately dumb. Do you know, I literally just spoke to a homie on my job and he asked me did I watch Fury's fight. I was like, nah, I was in and out. I was doing things around the crib, you know what I mean? He's like, man, it was trash. I said, I know it was trash. He said, what does he do next? I said, well, he called AJ in the ring. Should be AJ, but, AJ is a pillow biter, And he's like, yeah, man, I like to see Fury. And he started sounding off these names, which didn't make any sense, but, he didn't know any better. And I said, well, one thing's for sure. To see Tyson Fury fight, you got to watch him in the UK or in Saudi, because he can't fight in America. He said, nah. I said, oh, wow, you don't know? I've been talking about this for years now. He's not allowed here. He said, why not? I said, well, here's what you do. And I wrote it down. I said, Google this name, Daniel Kinahan. And know this, that is Tyson Fury's best friend. And he's the reason why he can't come to the States anymore due to his association. You see, you can't get deep with a casual. And he wasn't being disrespectful. There's just things that he doesn't know. Like what happened to MTK Global, y'all? What happened to that? MTK Global was like the PBC of the UK, right? You remember when the PBC came out and they tried to sue Al Heyman for the Muhammad Ali Act or violating the Muhammad Ali Act? You remember that? You remember that? Yeah, Lambros. Yeah, they sent Art Hosses a cease and desist letter. Because Art Hosses over there in his country wrecking shop, putting gangsters on blast and everything else. And Daniel Kinahan is one of those people. See what I mean? That's right. They called him Hitler. They called Al Heyman Hitler, called him Black Hitler at that, tried to sue him for the Muhammad Ali Act. Everybody was on his bumper. And what did we do? We defended him. Like, yo, man, Al's not doing anything that you guys haven't done, right? Matter of fact, Al Heyman entered the game with a new business model. Now, although it ran out, he wasn't doing what y'all was alleging he was doing. He wasn't. And a large portion of the attacks was because he was a black man. Let's not play games here. That's exactly what the hell it was. Charlene, salute. 5B, salute. I know, I've been talking, but I'm talking, I'm a Wilder fanboy and I'm a hater. What y'all got to say now? To me, well, to the world of boxing, it's big news. Guess what? This is an article on ESPN. Did you read it? It's there. It's the UK ESPN, but it's there. I said, oh, okay. Now they're talking about it. Did it make First Take or something on here? I didn't see it. But see, this is the part of boxing that nobody wants to discuss. And when we tell you that shit like this determines what happens in the ring, I mean, y'all don't want to listen. I'm not saying y'all in the chat, but I'm saying, cats just think a fighter trains 3 months and the one that loses and makes a big stink about it is making excuses. But you the same mofos that are the biggest conspiracy theorists with everybody else. Y'all believe aliens snatched up your Uncle Willie? Y'all believe that? Y'all believe everything about Diddy and the Illuminati and all this other stuff? I mean, look, there's truth to some things. There's truth to some things. But a lot of this crap is over the top. This, to me, was very simple. I didn't know what a Daniel Kinahan was. And then I did a little research and I said, well, why is he important? And then one day I was somewhere and I hear this guy from the UK talking about Daniel Kinahan. I said, this is a strange coincidence. Then I went back on Google and I said, well, who the fuck is this guy? And then I start seeing pictures of this dude, DOG, salute, Players Ball, I see you. Then I start seeing this dude with Tyson Fury. And I said, uh-oh, wait a minute, what's this? Then I start seeing him, I saw him about him doing business with Mauricio Simian with the WBC. I'm like, what's that? What's that? Wait a minute. Then people start putting a bug in this dude's head. Then I see people with I see pictures with him with Bob Arum. And then people put a bug in his ear and said, hey man, look, this guy's a criminal, bro. And what did Mauricio Simian say? What did he say? I am not Interpol. I am not the police. I will judge Daniel Kinahan based off of what he does for boxing. Literally a week later, $5 million bounty on this motherfucker head. And what does he say? I think I made a mistake. Yeah, you think? You think? Bob Arum, we're gonna cooperate 110%. Yeah, you might want to. Yeah, Rick Glasser. Hashtag boxing. Let me show you what he said. This is his tweet. You can go to his Twitter. This was April 12th of 2022. Go to his Twitter and see if he took this down, because this is what he said. I lost some followers today because of my support for Daniel Kinahan's presence in boxing. And I will continue to support all those that are assets to the betterment of the sport and business of professional hashtag boxing. And no, he spelled the wrong no. He used the wrong no. This tweet is not getting deleted. Y'all do me a favor. April 12th of 2022 at 4 p.m. He posted this. Could you please be so kind? Go to his Twitter and see if it's still there. Because it says right here, it's not getting deleted. That's what he said. Let me know if it's still there. I'm not on Twitter. Is that still up? Because he said it's not getting deleted. Still there? That's why I'm never deleting that. Because I knew down the road, Sam Seals, good to see you, good brother. Much love. Down the road, I knew that I'm going to need that tweet because I knew something was going to happen. Now, this dude went on the run. $5 million bounty put on his head. I kept the tweet, but I said it's going to get worse. I said eventually he's going to get caught or found dead or something. In this instance, he got caught just 2 days ago. He was caught in the UEA or UAE, whatever it is over there. Y'all let me know. Insane, what up? Y'all let me know. Is this clown, Rick Glasser, is that tweet from April 22nd, 4 p.m. of 2022? Is it still there? Or did he remove it? Just wondering. Yeah, Sam Mac, he blocks people that go in on him. That's what cowards do, stand on it. And guess what? A grown-ass man with morals. You know what he'd have been better off doing? Mr. Shelton, salute. He'd have been better off saying, yo, you know what? I didn't know he got down like that. I don't ride with criminals, but I'm sorry. Rick Glasser, does he not have felonies? What was he doing, selling cars, and he rolled back to odometer on a car? Some shit. He's a felon, bro. Hashtag boxing, right? I'm not lying on him. Look him. Well, you know what? While we here, let's Google Rick Glasser. Let me see. Rick Glasser. Hashtag boxing. Rick Glasser arrests. Niagara Falls. Let's see. Okay. New York State Unified Court. Okay. Is this it? Appellate Division, Supreme Court. Okay. Is this him? Let me see. It's the court documents? Let me see something. Oh, I ain't reading all this. Holy smuts. Let me see something. No, I ain't. I think this is the actual court case. Hold on. Legendary colorful matchmaker Rick Glasser knows his way around the ring. All right. Arrested. I should have pulled it up earlier. But the motherfucker has felonies. I know that for a fact. He got felonies. Joe, what up, Joe? Eric Jordan in the building. Yeah, he has felonies. So, you know, like minds think alike. You understand? Especially when you see the purpose of jail is to reform and rehabilitate. So he did some time. He came out. But as soon as he comes out, he gets right back into boxing, hashtag boxing, and he buddies up with Skywalk, salute. He buddies up with Daniel Kinahan because he wants to put him on a plane to fly him out. Wingman, morning. Salute, brother. Yeah, I got to head up out hostage and do another a live stream. I have to. Bon D, what up? Oh, DOG says UK channels are quiet on this one. I wonder why. I wonder why. ESPN in America, they saying anything? I mean, I don't have to scream and get hype. You found it? Post the link. That's it right there. Let's see. United States Appellate Richard R. Glasser defended. This is back in 1994. No one has been convicted of the crime punishable imprisonment exceeding 1 year may possess a firearm. Okay. United States of America. Okay. Yeah, I should have. I'm going to hold on to this. I ain't going to read all this right now. And I think his son committed a felony too. Don't quote me on that 100%, but I think his son did something crazy. Oh, there go Mauricio Silly, man. In the building. Salute. Salute. Yep. Oh, Mook. Okay, I'll get into it. Daniel Kinahan, I'll get into it. EJ, in that super chat, much love and appreciation. He says, snitching ain't easy. Can't funk with the ninja sword. You know, EJ, you right.
Give power to my nigger sword!
You right. Rod, what up, Rod? All right, Mook. Daniel Kinahan is an Irish mobster, right? Now, I didn't know who the hell he was. I actually found out about him by accident. Convos with Cam, salute, Queen. He's an Irish mobster. I'm just going to give you the short version. He's an Irish mobster. Shamar, what up, brother? Irish mobster. He dealt in guns, drugs, human trafficking. Was ran out of Ireland. There's a whole documentary about him, family. It's on YouTube too. There was an attempt on his life at I think it was at a boxing event in Ireland. It was a weigh-in, and they shot the shit up, and it was an attempt on his life. That's how bad this dude is. This is the Irish Scarface right here. He started. You remember, Mook? You remember something called MTK Global out of the UK? That was his company. MTK Global signed a bunch of fighters. They were taking over UK boxing, and that was Daniel Kinahan. So he got chased out of Ireland, and I think he went to Africa somewhere for a while. He was on the run, and he kept jumping countries, and he landed in I think he was in Dubai for a long time too. But he still held on to MTK Global for a while. And what happened, Mook, was once they linked, he was still in all of Barry McGuigan, the Hall of Fame boxer. Barry McGuigan had a whole bunch of fighters. And MTK Global was the big dog in town, and they were just outpaying Barry McGuigan's fighters. I was like, yo, man, they were overpaying them. He was like, yo, come rock with me. And they say, yo, Barry, I got to make a living. So they were leaving Barry. Tyson Fury was running around with MTK, and they were doing their thing. Now, I didn't know. I ain't know nothing. I just thought he was some sort of dude with a bag. I never asked. King, what up? I didn't ask. And then something happened. Yeah, and that's another thing. Do y'all remember the live I did? You know what MTK stands for? Mac the Knife. Do you know who Mac the Knife is? Y'all heard the song before. Mac the Knife is about a serial killer, but it's like a Broadway song. Hey, there he is. Hey, Art, you want a link, brother? You got time? You want to jump on here? We were just talking about you. You got a minute, let me know. You got a minute, let me know. Chef Art in the building, salute. So, this fool is a real life Scarface, the Irish version. And he's been on the run. Okay, I'll do that right now. Give me 1 second, Art. Let me send Art Hosses this song. This link on the gram. We about to cook now. Oh, y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble now. I'm sending it right now, Art. There you go. Did I do it right? 5S. I did it right? There he is. My brother Art.
Morning, Drew. How you doing?
I'm blessed, brother. How are you?
Well, finally, after all these years, and do you know what they're saying was the final nail in the coffin for Daniel Kinahan?
Give it to me. What was it?
It was dealing with Iran, right? With they bought 2 oil tankers for $80 million, and they've been sanction busting by sending Iranian oil to China. And as the UAE and Dubai have been under attack from missiles and drones, it's not a good look, is it?
No. No.
And also there's other stuff which I got to hear he was arrested on Thursday, and it turns out, but I was told to keep a lid on it until the news breaks. But you have to rewind, Drew, because about a month ago, well, first of all, when the Iran war started in the Middle East, a lot of gangsters and criminals in Dubai fled to Bali and Thailand. Now, 4 weeks ago, a Scottish gangster kingpin called Stephen Lyons was arrested in Bali on an international arrest warrant, and the Spanish want to extradite him back to Spain.
Right.
With regards, he's involved with Daniel Kinahan and all of that. So then it emerges now that Stephen Lyons and Ross Monaghan were running the hit squad Murder Incorporated out of Spain, and that Daniel Kinahan wanted to kill both of them to tie up the loose ends.
Oh.
So last year he tried to kill them, right, and they didn't turn up at one event. But last May, Ross Monaghan and Stephen Lyons were meant to watch the European Soccer Cup final. Stephen Lyons didn't turn up. Ross Monaghan was there at a bar with Stephen Lyons' brother Eddie Lyons Jr., and a gunman came in and killed both of them. Stephen Lyons.
What?
Yeah, it's all over the news. The gangsters killed in last May in Spain.
Oh,
now,
shit.
Stephen Lyons now knows Daniel Kinahan wants him dead because he was responsible for losing the 2 tons of cocaine in the MV Matthew container ship off of Ireland a couple of years ago. So now Stephen Lyons, right, is arrested in Bali, and they give him the perp walk and say we're going to extradite him to Spain. Well, instead of extraditing him to Spain about 2 weeks ago, he was extradited to Amsterdam. He's being guarded by the Dutch military police at a secure unit, and it reminds me of Frankie Five Angels in the Godfather movie. Now, his wife, Stephen Lyons, lives in Dubai. She was arrested, but some say taken into protective custody. Now, that happened. Then last week, the Irish government issued a high court arrest warrant for Daniel Kinahan, gave it to the Dubai police, and on Wednesday, and they arrested him on Friday. So it looks like it's a fresh turn in the case. But listen, Drew, it's only the beginning. You've got to understand, Drew. that it's now come out that the authorities are not looking or trying to apprehend Daniel Kinahan's father, Christy Kinahan Sr., or his brother, Christopher Kinahan Jr. So while Daniel might be in jail, the Kinahan cartel will just continue as normal.
Damn.
And also he'll fight the extradition, which could take 6 months to achieve. But
So
you know, it's progress. But it's ironic with all the things going on. It took a war with Iran and Iran to attack Dubai, and the fact the Kinahans have been sanction busting with oil tankers, which is not a good look for the United Arab Emirates.
I was about to say, he was there in Dubai for how long?
10 years, and he's friends with the royal family. Now all the blackmail material and all the insurance policies they've got, maybe they will come out now. Maybe connections with security agencies will come out now. I mean, we're going to have to see this. We're going to have to see this as it goes forward. But it's, you know, it's a major move, you know, to actually do that.
I mean, I didn't understand. Listening
Your
to you,
mic's gone very low, Drew.
I mean, he was in Dubai for a decade, man. I mean, they knew he was there. They knew that this man was wanted. I mean, why did it take them this long?
Again, that's the $64,000 question. When America has put out $1 million rewards on drug kingpins, they don't know where they are, but they've known where these people have been since they put it on in 2022. So, you know, I mean, in theory, they could just land a couple of Black Hawks on the Palm, right? Handcuff him, put him in the Black Hawks, and take him back to a US ship and straight to America. So there's got to be a lot to this. But what will start coming out, though, Drew, they're going to revisit a lot of the stuff with Bob Arum, Tyson Fury,
Yes, sir.
Bud Crawford, and lots of other things like that. And it won't be any good them saying, oh, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know this. There's something called due diligence, because Bud Crawford will try to say, oh, I didn't know. He was just an advisor. Well, ignorance of the law is not a defense, is it, Drew?
It absolutely isn't. And let me talk to the chat real quick. Chat, do y'all remember when I put up that picture of Bud taking a picture with Fury and my detest for it? Do y'all remember the video with Bud in the ocean talking to Errol Spence? Well, yeah, Errol, I'm looking for the big fish. That was when he was in Dubai and he went down to explore a business deal with Daniel Kinahan. And remember when I said I did not want Bud down there talking to those people? That's the reason. And I couldn't understand why, you know, Bomac or nobody knew what this guy was, or did they? Now that term I used on Sugar Hill when I said in concert. Now y'all see how deep this can go. I don't even want these people asking Bud any questions, but the sad fact is they just made. How deep was you in it? Remember, Art, you told me that these guys could be moving drugs around and not even know it. They could put a 8 ball of coke in a watch or something.
Oh, no. Yes, look, for years, one of the roles, because MTK were moving hundreds of boxers all around the world and different countries, and boxers, like musicians, they might land in a country, have their fight, and go out within 2 or 3 days. So they don't have to go through the same checks. And they were moving drugs with boxers' equipment, but also they would send boxers around the world with expensive watches, $1 million Jacobs watch, okay, right, it can be resold, and it's a way of laundering money. And so, yes, I mean, all of these things we spoke about 4 years ago, Drew, you can now dust off the files because people will be speaking about this.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see what I'm talking about? Now let me ask y'all a question. You think I want this for Bud? The man is undefeated for the fight of his life. He destroyed Canelo Alvarez. Three divisions undisputed. Do you think I want him to deal with this shit? Do you think I want him to deal? I don't. Now there's a possibility. I'm not saying definitely, but there go Tay Jones in the building. Stormy, I see you. There's a possibility that they just might question him. I don't even want that for him. But he was there.
To be fair though, Drew, now Daniel Kinahan's in custody, people might be more willing to speak about this because, however, it depends on how much they want to expose what has been going on. And also, you've got to remember that Daniel Kinahan has got two sons, Kian and Sean. And Kian Kinahan, the son of Daniel Kinahan, he was spotted at the Usyk Tyson Fury fight in Riyadh, 3 rows back from the ring. And he has been learning the boxing business. He's a clean skin, no convictions. But his two sons, Daniel Kinahan, have been taking over from their dad as Daniel Kinahan took over from his dad. But, Drew, Christy Kinahan Sr. is still the godfather. He's still the boss. All he did was delegate the criminal guns and shooting and drugs to Daniel, the money laundering to young Christopher. But he still retained control.
Oh my God. You know what? It just dawned on me.
Go on.
How many sportscasters do you think was in on this NTK shit and actually took money?
I think the list would be an extensive list. You've got that man who looks like he died years ago. Is it Glassman or something?
Rick Glasser?
Yeah, Glasser, that's the fella, right? He's in it up to his neck. And all the cheerleaders for Daniel Kinahan. Now they're all going to be, even Tyson Fury.
That's what Rick Glasser said right there on the screen. That's what he said. That's what he said on his Twitter. That's what he said. Can you see it? You want me to read it? I'll read it. He says, I lost some followers today because of my support of Daniel Kinahan's presence in boxing. And I will continue to support all those that are an asset, that are assets to the betterment of the sport and business of boxing, of professional boxing. And no, this tweet will not get deleted. That was 4 p.m., April 12th of 2022. That's what he said. And he was down there. Daniel Kinahan flew him out. He talked about it on several platforms. Daniel Kinahan flew him down there. He was down there with Mauricio Suleiman. He was down there with Tyson Fury and Bob Arum. They were all down there. There's pictures and everything. And then literally a week later, they put a $5 million bounty on his head. Literally a week later. So now that this guy's caught, the Kinahan cartel will still function as usual.
Of course.
But as far as Daniel's concerned, what are they going to get out of him? And how many people do you feel will get railroaded from this? Like in boxing, like just around, like how many people that was involved with MTK Global? How many people from the Zone? I mean, could he like literally fuck up the whole thing?
Oh, he could bring down the whole house of cards. But what will happen now, Drew, is interviews will be made of people now, and they might be more prepared to speak about this because he's in custody. Also, there are other developments you've got to consider now going forward, Drew. The Saudi Arabians are pulling their money out of the LIV Golf, and because they've been spending too much money. And then we got the other business that's been started, Zuffa Boxing, with Dana White and Turkey. I've always said that Turkey, one of his advisors, has always been Daniel Kinahan. And he's, so it's meet the new boss, the same as the old boss.
God damn. This can get ugly, family. This is what I've been telling y'all.
Yeah, but maybe it's about time that boxing and combat sports had a shake up and maybe a clear out, clean out the closet, so to speak. At the end of the day, the days of promoters like Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Bob Arum, You know, they're antiquated. Today, it's done by corporate businesses, and in many ways, that does give the boxers more protection.
Yeah.
But then when you've got these circus acts like Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua, it undermines any credibility, because what people forget is we see the stars in boxing, but what about what I call journeymen? What about professionals who can't make enough to get a living, have to do a second or third job, but still train, work hard, and then they see these so-called celebrities, right, pushing their way to the front of the queue and getting publicity and everything like that. So it has undermined boxing, all that circus stuff, so-called exhibition matches.
Yeah. I mean, brother, you know, I talk about things like this every day, and it's a sad state of affairs. You know, when I talk about it, I don't understand the thought process of many people. When I talk about it, I get, you know, talked down at, like, you know, I'm called a hater and things of that nature.
Of course.
You know, it's disgusting. Look, I don't mind. You know, there's a place for Jake Paul. I think it shouldn't have gone as far as him fighting other YouTubers. But, you know,
or if it runs parallel to the professional sport, but don't try to merge it all as if, because there are many boxers out there who spend their whole career working hard with no reward, and then they see these pretty boys come in and dance around the ring. It's all scripted.
Yeah, it's disgusting, brother. It is disgusting.
But then some things don't change, though, Drew. I mean, Anthony Joshua is still a closet gay man. I mean, honestly, there's no one more gay than Anthony Joshua. I mean, look, it don't matter, does it? But you know, why hide the fact?
I keep telling people that dude is flaming hotter than Mercury.
Exactly, yeah, and I think he's been taking lessons from Lennox Lewis, because he's also a gay man. Now, listen, if you don't believe me, do you remember Lennox Lewis's manager, Frank Maloney, came out one day in a dress and said, "I'm now Kelly Maloney."
Oh, no, yes, bro. You know what, man? You know what? The only thing I'll say about Lennox, look, he might be gay, I don't know.
Right.
But at least he fought everyone he was supposed to fight.
Oh, no, listen, he's one of the greatest fighters of all time, and very, very underrated when they talk about the history of boxing.
Yeah.
I mean, Lennox Lewis carried the heavyweight division in the 1990s when it was on its knees, honestly.
Yeah. Now, unlike AJ, he's just a pillow biter, and he's not doing anything remotely close to what he's supposed to be doing. And it's absurd. That's why I gave him a lot of attention yesterday. And you riding around in a golf cart with orangutans. I mean, what black man does that? You don't understand symbolism at all? God damn.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Drew, you see, it's the same, right? It's the same with everyone. As soon as they get money, they get influence, they then become arrogant, get egos the size of Montana, and disdain for the people that have supported them on the journey, the way up. You see that with a lot of stars that sort of forget where they came from, and they treat people with disdain and think people are stupid. Arrogance and ego are two of the worst things in their private life. I mean, yes, in the ring, that can obviously help, but not in their everyday life. But also, I think when people talk about all the problems in the world, right, I think it comes down to two words: sodomy and buggery. Those two things, right? If you took them out of society, it will be a much better place.
Hey, I gotta agree with you.
Morals and ethics, right? You know, get up and go to work and do a day's work, right? Don't sit there with your hand out going, "Give me this for nothing." You know, it's that, you know, society should offer a hand up, not a hand out.
Nah, I feel you, man. That's how adults should move. But you know, we're in this era. I always say this era is in error. Everybody's
Yeah,
ass backwards.
It's a benefit culture. It's what can I get for doing nothing?
That's right. That's why I don't like it when I have somebody from Gen Z oversee my content and say that it's inflammatory. Say, man, you have no dirt under your fingernails. You haven't lived enough. And, you know, you grew up on a steady diet of Ritalin and Prozac. Everything offends you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And,
Yeah,
and
Ritalin, Prozac, Twinkies, Burger King, and just greasy, right, filthy, horrible food. And that's
right.
the whole generation of people. No wonder everyone waddles around about 10 stone overweight.
Yeah. Yeah. And
listen, Drew, I'm the same. Right, I've been overweight. You, many years ago, you was overweight as well,
Yep.
but you addressed it, did something about it.
That's right. I sure did. And these kids today, along with those drugs, this processed food, it does play in on their mind. That's why I'm hearing a lot more speech impediments. I'm seeing a lot of dudes painting their fingernails, and they need security animals, and it's like, you know, and all I want to do is watch boxing, and I come on here and I have people arguing with me in the chat, and when I drop my link, I realize I'm arguing with a 21-year-old that hasn't even moved out his mama house yet. It is disgusting. It's disgusting. And I'm not trying to talk bad about anyone in particular. I'm saying the chat knows, listen to the characters when they click the link and start talking, and look at what they're defending. How many of y'all know the channels? Let me ask you, I don't give a fuck. I'll say anyone's name. Is KO talking about this?
No.
Is Fanon talking about this?
Of course not, because it's a narrative they want to avoid like the plague.
This is disgusting. This is a big thing. Daniel Kinahan was washing his blood money in the sport of boxing. MTK Global vanishing, that was a big deal. When Tyson Fury was canceled from coming to America, he had a whole house in Vegas, and he was the current WBC champion. That was big news, and ESPN didn't say anything, y'all. We were the only people that said something about that. That's a problem. And I'm on here, people say, oh, Drew, you hate Bud, you hate Bud. No, when I saw that picture when he was in Dubai, I said, where's he at? Kinahan Errol. And then I saw a picture online, and by the way, I have the picture, but I'm looking online for it. You know I can't find it. The picture of Bud Crawford with Tyson Fury standing in the room. I have the picture. I just don't have it readily available right now. But I'm looking for it online. I can't find it. Did they scrub the internet of that picture? Because I was livid. I said, no, somebody tell Bud not to go do that.
Hang on, Drew. You can use that thing called Wayback Machine. Do you remember that?
No, what's that?
There's something, everything on the internet gets stored, and you can go use this thing called Wayback Machine, and it'll retrieve anything on the internet, even if it's sort of been deleted.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm gonna research that, because regularly I'm looking at it. I can't find this pic. Shit is gone. Shit is gone, man. Now, why is that? I told y'all that this was a problem. I told y'all. Now, if anybody from any form of law enforcement even speaks to Bud, I'm gonna get annoyed. And just remember, I told y'all so. I told y'all so. Who the fuck told him to go down there? Who the fuck didn't tell him, hey, man, this guy, before you talk to this guy with deep pockets, man, you need to know about him. Y'all remember when I say, hey, man, not that. Don't know. Oh, Drew, you just hating on Bud. All right, fine, fuck it. Let him go ahead. Let him go ahead. Now, look. Now, it might not happen. It might skip right over him, which is how I prefer it. But if he gets called down anywhere to go talk to anybody about this shit, remember I told y'all.
Yeah, I personally, I don't think that Bud Crawford did anything intentionally wrong. However, there was the figure of $20 million that Daniel Kinahan allegedly paid Bud Crawford. Isn't that correct? We used to speak about, Drew?
Yeah, we did. I wasn't sure if that was accurate, but I remember us speaking on that. I think Daniel Kinahan, I don't know if he flew him out there and tried to entice him with some money to sign with him, or I don't know if he gave him money. I don't recall too much on the situation. But if that's true, because at the time, if y'all remember, he left Top Rank and he was looking for a deal. And
Yes.
Bud was a hot commodity. So it made sense while MTK Global was still around.
Yeah.
It made sense for Bud to explore his options. But
didn't he get represented by MTK Global on one or two of his fights in that period of time?
Oh shit, did he?
I think he might have done, you know.
Let me look that up, right? Did he?
Because I distinctly remember you and I speaking about this and saying that there is about $20 million that Bud needs to account for.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
I'm trying to think of the fight that Bud had where Kinahan paid him. I'm trying to think of the man's name. It would have in 20. Oh, I'm sorry,
2021. It's 2021. Hey, look, y'all. Guess who spoke about it? Blue Blood spoke
that's
about
right. That's it. That's the gentleman I remember you mentioning, Blue Blood, because he was used to get a lot of people attacking him because all he was doing was telling the truth.
Yeah. Yep. So he asked in this one video, I remember this, he was asking, is he leaving Top Rank for MTK Global, Matchroom, or DAZN for big fights? Now, in the midst of that,
and then Bud Crawford said, I'm going to represent myself. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. I'm looking at another article. Daniel Kinahan reportedly advises American boxer Bud Crawford, Business Insider. Holy smokes. It's coming back to me now. Oh, no. So he advises him. He was, you know, Daniel was trying to be the Al Heyman of what he got going on there. And he said he advised them. So, I mean, let me see. Kinahan is one of the most powerful people in boxing, advising some of sports' biggest names, including world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury and top-tier fighters Josh Taylor and Jamel Herring. Oh, shit. Jamel Herring, y'all.
Yeah.
He advises his stable of boxers and even organizes.
Wasn't there a fight that Kinahan paid Jamel Herring? Who did he fight?
I don't recall.
Hang on a sec.
Oh, it was Ebenezer. It was David Ebenezer.
Yeah, do you know what? I think you're correct. That was the fight that Kinahan paid Bud for. I might not be right, but I know he did pay him for some. Because we were discussing at the time, Drew, that we worked out that there was $20 million that Kinahan had paid Bud Crawford, and that Bud would have to account for that money.
He said, BFTV salute, call Frampton. Oh, that's right. This was like 2021. This was a little after the pandemic.
No, yeah, Tony G, this was before the sanctions came.
Herring fought Frampton.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but I don't think he's got anything to worry about, Drew, as long as he's just honest and truthful. There's no good hiding behind the lawyers.
I mean, if they call him in for questioning, just say what it was.
Just give them a witness statement and say, look, there's the bank accounts, there's the thing, there's this, that, the other, and that will be okay. But if he just hides behind a wall of lawyers, then the problem is it's the optic. It's not what the truth is, it's what it looks like.
Yeah. In this instance, just say what it is.
And Drew, can I ask you, if you don't mind, who is Bud Crawford represented at the moment by?
Well, he's retired.
Well, okay. In his last fight, though, in his last couple of fights, then, who was he represented by?
He was independent. He went to he went and worked with the Saudis, Turkey al-Sheikh.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So he was by himself, and Turkey just threw some money at him.
Mm-hmm.
Paid Canelo triple the amount of money, whatever the hell it was.
Mm-hmm.
And he beat Canelo and got out the game.
I think he'll be back though, because he's fit, and I just don't think that that'll be the end of it. To be honest with you.
Yeah, he said he's done. I'll take him at his word. But these fighters, you never know what they think in the next 2 years, especially if they run up on some financial issues. I mean, look at Floyd Mayweather. He was gone literally for 10 years, and now he's about to fight Manny Pacquiao. It's like, what are you doing?
I mean, honestly and truthfully, when you get that kind of money, right, how it's hard work spending it, let alone becoming bankrupt. I mean, honestly, when hundreds of millions of dollars, how on earth can you get through that if you just think when you didn't have money, or like a street person? I'll buy a house, thank you. The deeds are in the bank, thanks very much. Oh, I'll buy some shares, I'll do it. And all this. And then, but what happens is you see the so-called money advisors, okay, end up running off with the money. I mean, Donald Trump, he came out with the funniest line. Do you remember that Bernie Madoff who ran off with 68 billion?
Oh, yeah, that was right. He was right here in New York, in my city.
Right, well, Bernie Madoff years ago asked Donald Trump, that he said, why don't you invest in my fund? And Donald Trump, quick as a flash, says, I can lose my own money. I don't need someone else to do it.
Boy, I tell you, they know each other. Real recognizes real, whether it's good or bad.
Exactly. I mean, look. I mean, if you came into a lot of money, Drew, you would do the basic things. You buy a property, you'd get a fund for the kids' college fund, and all this carry on. Right, it will be very difficult, right, to spend that money. So I can never understand why these people have such a huge amount of money and then all of a sudden go bankrupt. Well, it means people have got to be stealing off of them, haven't they?
You're absolutely right. Stormy B-Man in that super chat, he says, you're right. The Crawford Fury image has been scrubbed from the internet. I just did an extensive search. I guess money erased that.
Really? Stormy.
Yeah, bro.
How are you, Stormy B-Man? Nice to see you.
You know what? But I got it. And just for that, I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it tonight. I'm telling you, I got terabytes worth of, I know I got that shit because, matter of fact, I got this new technology. I'm going to find it and make them dance just for that. Because just put it up there, man. Leave it. His butt ain't do nothing. He ain't do shit but take a picture with a fucking gangster. Now, getting back to this shit, I'm going to tell you what I'm hoping for. Because Tay in the chat, all my brothers and sisters are in the chat, we went through hell trying to figure out what was going on with Deontay after the second Fury fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then remember, I came across you. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, holy shit, because I was hearing the name and I said, I don't know about no motherfucking Daniel King. Who the fuck is this Daniel Kinahan? I know nothing about that shit. And man, once I was listening to you, and I don't even know how, I was just listening. I said, yo. And then I did the Google search. I said, this guy's a fucking giant gangster. What the fuck? And he owns MTK? What the fuck? And then it figured out. And then, you know, Tay Jones started telling me the phone calls he got. And I said, no, the poisoning of the water. BF, you got it? Bro, I know we all got it. Tay got it, Stormy. I know we all got those pictures. We got that picture. I know I have it.
But you see, they turned up the temperature though, Drew. As you notice, I'm on my Sheriff Art channel. My art hostage channel went through 4 years. They took it down about a month ago, and it came from the Middle East. I was hit with false copyright strikes, one after the other, Drew. Complete nonsense, right? Because I don't have any images or anything on my lives. All I have is my voice.
You don't even put up pictures, do you?
No, but what happened from the Middle East, it came in. a copyright strike and it was fake. But because of the AI on YouTube, when they come in a cluster, they go 1, 2, 3, and the channel's terminated. You can then appeal, which I will do. But yeah, my channel goes down about a month ago, and then Daniel Kinahan gets arrested. Honestly, you can't make this up.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, let me give you a gem. Are you familiar with Rumble?
Rumble. I've heard people speak about Rumble, yeah.
You need to go there. I'm airing live on Rumble right now. I'm on 2 of my channels on YouTube, and we're airing live on Rumble right now, brother. Start a Rumble account. They're a lot more relaxed over there. Until we go over there and start stirring the pot. I don't know how they're going to be next year or the year after that. But for now, everybody that disappeared off of YouTube, Fresh and Fit and all these other, Manosphere guys, they over there making the same amount of money. They're sharing the same message, and they're playing copywritten music. They're doing all kinds of shit over there.
Oh, so yeah, because, my channel had about 8,500 subscribers, but this one I use now is my backup channel. It's already up to 1,300. But, could you put my link into it so maybe someone could give me a sub? It's my backup channel.
Absolutely. Let me...
Hang on. Let me just... I can... where are we? But yeah, you know this, Drew. It's a rite of passage, really, on YouTube to lose a channel, isn't it?
It sure is, brother. They take monetization. They take people's monetization. They don't send out links. But I'm gonna tell you what. I went over to Rumble. There goes the link right in the chat, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to our brother Art Hostage. I went over there and I'm getting more views on Rumble on content that's airing at the same time on fucking YouTube. I just got to Rumble a month and some change ago. My views are up through the roof over there. And I'm like, look at this shit. This is crazy. They do not send out our links. They don't send out our notifications. They just don't do that for us. And we're all truth tellers. But when you have a bunch of criminals and I'll just say it, criminals and a bunch of homosexuals and Gen Zers that get annoyed that we're telling the truth on people that they slurp. God damn it.
Yeah.
They don't like us. Because I always say, stop me when I'm lying. If you can prove that I'm lying, then I'll stop. I never lied on Tyson Fury. In fact, I used to be a supporter of his. And then I start finding out all this stupid shit about him. I can't support that. I say the same thing about Tank Davis. I say the same thing about Fury. I say the same thing about Ryan Garcia. All of these guys. I say the same shit. Canelo Alvarez. How much am I supposed to overlook? The guy's a drug cheat. The guy he pads his stats. He dropped the belt instead of fighting Gennady Golovkin at first. I mean, how much am I supposed to look out? How am I supposed to just overlook? This son of a bitch, Sugar Hill. I can't wait. Now, let me tell you. If people get called in for questioning, I can't wait till we find out this black motherfucker goes in. I can't wait. I want that to be aired on C-SPAN or some shit because I want to watch it. Because I told this son of a bitch, I hope you understand in concert. Matter of fact, let me see. Should I play that? Oh, did you see my discussion with Sugar Hill?
Yes, I certainly did.
Yeah. This fucking, that son of a bitch.
He become very defensive and even hostile towards you.
He was very hostile. And I wasn't disrespectful. I was just asking questions. Let me see if I can find it. This fucking guy, man.
That's right, Stephen. You're correct. Where are the gloves? They're in my attic.
That's what he said. I ain't answering that. Oh, that's faggot ass Scotty White boy talking shit. Man, I have a lot of people that sucked my dick back then, right? Oh my gosh, it's bad.
And have you still got the video where you saw Rick Glasser was in the car park that time and he left he was thrown out the press conference?
Oh, you know, I haven't seen that video in a long time.
Oh no, I hope you still got it, because that was see, again, you was a lone voice in the wilderness asking about Kinahan. Everyone was terrified. There it is. There it is. I remember that.
Y'all haven't seen this. This is when Fred was doing his show, Barbershop Conversations.
Yes.
Now, I know that y'all got things about Fred, but I want y'all to put that aside. This was the interview, and this was my quote-unquote viral moment. I had just came from the gym. I was walking from my car, and Tay Jones called me. He said, yo, guess who's going to be in the barbershop? I said, who? He said, Sugar Hill. And I told Tay Jones, I said, I'm not calling in, bro. I'm not calling in, bro. I don't. BF, you never seen this? Whoa, okay, you're for a treat. I said, yo, nah. Now, I wasn't going to call in, but Tay called in. I said, fuck it. I guess I got to call in. Now, I came from the gym. That's why I was dressed like that. So pardon my appearance, man.
Go ahead, Drew. It's on you, man.
I promise to be respectful, Fred.
Okay.
I promise.
Okay. Please do.
Officer Hill, how are you, brother? You good?
Hello.
How you doing? You can hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. Yep.
All right. What is the worst case of cheating that you ever seen in the sport? Other than what we are alleging.
I would say the worst case of cheating that I've seen, or know about, would be, I guess, was it? I don't want to get the name. It was in Panama. They took the hair out the gloves, the gloves. That's an older fight back in the day.
Panama Lewis.
And then I guess with
talking about Louis Resto.
Yeah.
Talking about Louis Resto and Panama Lewis. Now I'm gonna stop it frequently. Because I don't know how YouTube is gonna act. But I'm claiming fair use right now. And plus, that's me. God damn it. He's talking about Louis Resto and Panama Lewis. Louis Resto used to live in the Morse Park gym right here in the Bronx. And you catch him walking up Morse Park Avenue. Career was ruined. Just do the research on Panama Lewis, a known cheater in Louis Resto. Ruined that boy career. Louis Resto and Panama Lewis.
Yeah.
Louis Resto lives right here in the Bronx. I see him sometimes. Do you agree with that penalty that they served Panama Lewis and Louis Resto? You know, Louis Resto did some jail time behind that.
I don't know. I haven't really gave too much thought about it, but I do believe it's very, very serious. An offense like that. I guess it would be the same way as if you were a hockey player and you had your skates and then you had your blade sharp like a knife and you cut somebody across the face or throat or something, stuffed them in the throat. At that point, it turns into, I believe it would have to turn into a criminal offense.
You heard what he just said? Look at my face. Now, he said criminal offense. I didn't say that. He said criminal offense. Look at my face. You see? He said it, not me. Criminal offense.
Yeah, at that point, I think it would have to turn into a criminal offense because as a weapon being used. But at the same time, for boxing to take to have somebody fight at such an unfair disadvantage, it has to be looked at as a serious matter. People are losing their lives in boxing. It's been this way for years, but it's just.
Wait. What did he just say? It's been this way for years. Just let them talk.
A little bit more, where fighters are getting injured, a lot more serious. And I'm not sure how much it happened back in the days because of now everything in social media and we get access to a lot more things than it was back in those days. But I guess they probably just only published or published what they wanted to publish. but not everybody has the free right to publish things that maybe the big papers and media people don't want to publish. So, yeah, I mean, I believe it has to be some kind of other measures taken so these kind of things don't happen. I believe that, because this is a fair sport. It's not out here in the streets or anything like that. It's supposed to be a fair. It's a sport, and it's supposed to be fair. And the number one thing in the sport is supposed to be for the fighter's safety. So,
nigga, please.
Yeah, if it's some kind of big illegal cheating and stuff like that, I think it should be punished some kind of way. I can't say exactly what, but it should be some kind of punishment for that.
All right, so it should be a fair sport. We agree on that. It should be a fair sport. You know, rabbit punches and shit like that. You know, Fred, I got somebody in your private chat talking to me. You know, but I don't know what the fuck that's about. But I ain't the one.
Somebody was in Fred's private chat claiming to be Tyson Fury and that he was gonna kill me. That's what that was.
Anyway, I'll screenshot that and send it to you later. But anyway, do you have any thoughts on Nicholas Asbury? Are you familiar with his findings? I'm not going to call them allegations because they were findings. Are you familiar with that?
I'm not familiar with it. I think I just heard about it. I think earlier on the show somebody mentioned it.
Now stop right there. How the fuck you working with Tyson Fury? You don't know about the Nicholas Asbury situation. How the fuck? How the fuck? You didn't know that? You working with him, you didn't know that? He didn't know that Tyson Fury got caught cheating in the past? Well, let me just play it.
Right.
All right. I'll let you research that. All right, if you care to. Nicholas Asbury. Nicholas Asbury. There's video proof of it's not allegations, there's video proof of what he found when he was in Fury's camp. By the way, before I go any further, Fred, there's somebody in your private chat saying that Tyson Fury just said Drew Titan is going to end up like Jimmy Hoffa, you and Tate Jones. So this is the type of shit we deal with. When I'm talking boxing, I deal with shit like this.
I let Sugar Hill, the black man, know that. I let him know that.
So it's nothing. I'm in the fucking Bronx. You can find me. Bronx on deck. Come in here if you like. Ain't gonna end well for you. All right. So anyway, Sugar. Yeah, I'm fucking with the wrong crew. Eat a dick. Anyway, Sugar. You were rapping the hands. Was the commission in the room when you was rapping the hands?
I wrapped the hands in the presence. The commissioner's sitting there and JD's are sitting there while I'm rapping the hands. But as I stated earlier, when I rap hands, I have 4 galls and 2 tapes, 2 rolls of tape. I give those 4 galls to the commission and the tape, and after that, I give them to whoever is the person representing the other fighter, and they get to hold them and touch them. Then I make the pads, and then I wrap them. That's what I always do.
All right, so you hear all of us talking about the cameras being unplugged and all that stuff. You don't know nothing about that because you was busy wrapping your guys' hands. So let me ask you a question.
Y'all remember they cut the cameras off? Wilder Fury 2, remember they cut the cameras off?
Granted Tyson Fury's history of being a cheater, because he's a cheater. Never mind the cocaine, he popped dirty PEDs. He has this thing with Mark Carefoot or whatever the fuck's going on.
Mark Carefoot went missing, y'all.
Right? All of that is real. All right. Do you think that the supporters of the sport, you just mentioned fairness, do you think that we have reasonable cause to believe that there was some funny stuff going on? Granted, after the second fight, we all went back and looked at the first fight and saw his glove doing the Macarena, which is not normal. And before you answer that, have you ever looked at tape of his old fights? Was his glove doing that in any of his old fights? Because I don't recall. It's a 2-part question.
I saw the fight. I saw where they posted the glove from the first fight when he was throwing punches and things like that. From my experience with Tyson Fury and training him, and that was one of the things that I worked on was him punching properly.
Nigga, I ain't talking about punching properly. I'm talking about his motherfucking glove. Why he playing with me?
And to my knowledge and experience, Tyson Fury wasn't that when he wasn't punching properly. I don't let fighters punch like that, and that's something that I discussed.
Did I mention about punching properly, or did I mention about the glove being permanently affixed to his hand? Who the fuck you think he talking to?
Earlier as well, in the amateur boxing, I don't know if you remember, but gloves, amateur boxing gloves had a white stripe across the knuckles, a white patch.
Yeah.
And that's how you scored a point.
Why is he walking me around the block? You see this shit? Did I mention anything about proper punching, or did I mention something about a fucking glove being permanently or not permanently affixed to his hand? Did he answer my goddamn question?
So in amateur boxing, they started teaching you how to punch properly. If they're supposed to teach you how to punch properly, you would get a point takeaway if you were slapping. I never let my fighters punch improperly, because that's what Emmanuel taught me. Make sure they punch on the knuckles, because they're going to be more effective punching on the knuckles like they're supposed to do than slapping.
All right, let me ask you a question. Okay, so have you ever reviewed old video of him fighting prior to you training him?
Nope.
Wait a goddamn minute. This nigga just lied. How you telling me that he's not punching properly, but you just said you never saw him fight prior? Do you hear this? You never saw him fight prior to that, but you knew to teach him how to turn punches. And I didn't ask about turning punches. I'm talking about a glove that wasn't permanently affixed to his hand.
Drew,
He wasn't there for the first fight. He was there. Ricky Hatton was there talking about pull me glove up. Remember that?
Drew, you can tell that Sugar Hill is lying because he keeps folding his bottom lip, because his body language. He knows he's lying, and he's choosing his words carefully, and he keeps rolling his bottom lip, and that to me is he's very nervous. If there was nothing wrong, Drew, he would just bat it off and say, "Oh, don't be silly," and da da da. But he is on the ropes here.
Body language. He fucking knew.
So you can't confirm whether he's been punching like that his entire career?
I'm sure he had. I think I saw Steve Cunningham. He throws punches. So
Oh, now he saw the Steve Cunningham fight. I just asked this dumb motherfucker, did he ever see him fight prior? He said no. You see? Now, did I cuss him out or anything? No, I let him talk. Take note from this, ladies and gentlemen. I always tell you, always let them talk.
And also, do you remember, Drew, when Maurice Suleiman had those gloves on his desk in that fight? I think it was a women's fight that was, they cheated, they'd taken the stuffing out. Do you remember he spoke about it?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, I got that clip.
Good.
I got that clip. Oh, yeah. Yep.
fast. I mean, I know he's not punching properly, because he should have been getting more knockouts, but I know he wasn't punching properly. I didn't study his old fights to say, oh, look, he's doing this in this fight and that fight, but I do know he's been punching improperly. Yeah.
Okay, so you was with him in Wilder 1, in the 2 fights he had in between. You wasn't with him in the 2 fights in between?
I said that shit on purpose. I said Wilder 1 on purpose. Because if he wasn't with him in Wilder 1, and he never saw him fight prior to him working with him in the second fight, he can't use Wilder 1 as a reference. So he just shook his head. And then prior to that, he said, I think I saw the Cunningham fight. Either you are, you aren't. See, he knew he was in deep shit with this.
I was only worked with Tyson Fury on Tyson Fury Wilder 2.
Okay, so did you see his previous fights after Wilder 1?
Ask him again.
Yeah, I saw he fought Schwartz, and then
oh my God! There it is! There it is! Did I not just ask him, have you seen him fight prior? He said, I've never seen him. Now all of a sudden he's seen it. Look at his eyes. I'll bring it back. Look, look, look. When I ask him again, I do this on purpose.
The one?
Yeah, I saw he fought Schwartz, and then the guy that
Walk.
had him all bloody up, the guy who cut his eye and stuff. Wow.
Okay, out of Wallen. All right, Schwartz and Wallen. So you saw those fights?
Yep.
He wasn't punching like that.
He wasn't punching like how I have him punching now. I didn't like the way he was punching for those 2 fights.
So he wasn't punching like that after you got a hold of him.
Yeah, I changed his punching. Yeah.
You changed his punching.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But you just said you never saw him fight prior to you getting a hold of him.
But you asked me did I see those 2 fights? I saw those 2 fights.
Now, actually, if you ever saw him fight prior to you getting a hold of him, not only those 2 fights, I'm talking about everything.
Look at Fred, y'all. Look at Fred. Look at Fred. He knows what I did.
Prior to that.
Oh, I saw those fights. Yeah, during the training camp, I did see those fights.
Okay.
You see how he just lied? This motherfucker, bro.
Okay, so you saw him fight Klitschko. For example, you saw him fight Vladimir Klitschko. You saw the Klitschko fight at all?
As a matter of fact, I did see that fight.
Yo, look at Fred.
He drew for a man who never seen the fights. He's seen a lot of fights. Every fight you've asked him, he went, yeah, I did see that one. Oh, yeah, and I saw that one and that one, but I didn't see any of his fights. Go, well, hang on, every fight I keep mentioning, you keep saying, yeah, I saw it. I mean, come on. If you're going to be a liar, be at least a good liar, or just say, I'd rather not speak about it, for goodness sake.
Can you believe people got mad at me for this?
Yeah. Yeah,
This
because
is crazy. I didn't do anything. I just asked him questions.
Uh-huh.
Jeremy Hurt says, didn't he used to be a cop? Yeah, and he didn't know who the fuck he was talking to, brother. Because guess what? It registered. Hey, BF, when he came up to the joint when we was in Vegas, when we was with Nonito and his family, when he walked in, did he even look at us?
No.
No. Hell no. Yeah, Tay, you remember this shit? Yo, this motherfucker came in there, looked at me. He was like, oh, shit, it's him. Exactly. Nothing to speak on. He came up there with some drunk white woman. I mean, she was drunk. He was going to get lucky that night. Fred, no, I'm killing this dude.
Okay. So was he slapping in that fight?
Most likely, yeah. He wasn't punching hard.
Okay. All right. The injuries to Deontay Wilder's head, are they consistent with boxing? Because I've never seen that before.
So for me to answer that question, I'm not sure. I'm assuming that's the same place he got punched at. And from my readings, I'm not a part of that team, so I don't know. He went to the doctor, and the doctor said it was an object and things like that. So I can't be the one to dispute what the doctor's saying about that.
You heard that? You heard that? Hey, Tay, you heard that, right? He's not a doctor. He can't dispute it. Okay.
I don't know if it was from that fight. When did he go to the doctor? There's a lot of things I don't.
You don't know. So D was in there with a pre-fractured skull. What the fuck? Oh, wow, bruh. Okay. I don't think there's a doctor on planet Earth. Because you got to see a doctor before you get okay to participate. They'd have found a dent in your skull. They were like, yo, you can't fight with this. You could die. It was not there.
No, but it could have been from that fight. Don't know if it was from that one punch where he got knocked down. Because, you know,
the knockdown?
The fight went 7 rounds. So it wouldn't be fair for me to say, okay, it was from that punch or whatever. But yeah, I don't know if it was even from. I'm not a doctor to say it was a blunt object.
Well, it couldn't have been the knockdown because it was a trip and it was off of a body shot. So it could have been off the knockdown. I do recall if you go back and watch it, there's a lot of wrist strikes, which are illegal, by the way.
There were a lot of wrist strikes in that fight, bro.
There's a lot of wrist strikes, a lot of them. I don't know if you've watched it because celebrate your win. But based off of what I've seen, and the only reason why I paid attention to it, because let me tell you about me. I didn't want to make excuses. All right. It took me 7 days to go rewatch it because people reached out to me and asked me to rewatch it. And I was never pro, but I know my way around the ring and I know some things. And what I saw was abnormal. It was abnormal. Wrist strikes is abnormal, brother. Wrist strikes are abnormal. And then that made me go back to the first fight. Nothing changed. Actually, when he was coming out of the locker room in the first fight, he's coming out, he does this. I see his knuckles in the wrist of the glove. That's not normal. Now, let me tell you a story. I've shared this countless times, and I'm going to share it with you.
You know what story I'm about to tell?
Back in the 80s, I'm hitting the bag in the gym. Trainer comes up, says, let me show you something, kid. Yanks my glove down. My fist is now in the wrist. He says, hit the bag. I hit it with a hook. I said, this ain't comfortable. He said, hit it again. I hit it with another hook. I said, this ain't comfortable. Trainer says to me, you could really fuck somebody up with this. And I said, well, it's not comfortable, and I don't have enough malice in me to fight like this. It ain't that cheating, coach? He said, it's cheating if you get caught. Now, we spoke to
Now you see him laugh, right?
a few fighters.
Very funny. Guess what? That coach, I don't remember his name, but I have his face in my mind. That coach was from Michigan. I just want to point that out. Now he finds that funny, right? You see him laughing, right?
Yeah, this is a true story. We spoke to a few fighters that said that that's something that's practiced. Steve Cunningham said that's something that's practiced. And it's just weird how he got with you, and all of a sudden he's not condensing people's head.
Let that marinate. Let that fucking marinate. Now that's the only shot I fired at this nigga. That's the only shot. I taught him how to turn punches. I ain't ask you about turning punches. I'm asking you about the equipment. He started talking about turning punches. Motherfucker, who you think you talking to, bruh?
Now, you don't know about the camera. You were there for the hand wraps. And you check the gloves. And you say you have the gloves. Bob Arum didn't know what the gloves were. Now we know where the gloves are. I've seen the gloves, I've seen how they look. I've seen the still shots. There's nothing normal about those gloves. They're supposed to weigh a certain amount, right? If I'm not mistaken. They're supposed to weigh a certain amount. Every weight class is supposed to have, 8 ounce, 10 ounce, 12 ounce, whatever. I don't know what the ounces is. But we do know that the padding in the glove can be manipulated, which is why I asked you, did you know about Nicholas Asbury? Because he was in the camp, and it's on video because there's no speculation. And he touched the gloves, and he says basically he was getting battered around the next day after being successful the day prior. Go look it up. And he says, yo, there's no fucking padding in these gloves. And he brought it to their attention. In Fury's camp, they didn't call him a liar. They apologized. And their explanation was, we was trying to give our guy confidence. Meanwhile, the brother's ribs is all broken up. So with this guy's track record with detached thumbs and gloves, I'm sure you know about that. And the drug use, I'm sure you know about that. Martin Carefoot, he said he popped dirty because him and his cousin was eating pig dick. Sure you know about that.
I'm giving him the business now.
Is it beyond the scope of reason for us to think that there was some foul play going on?
Now I just laid all of that shit down here. Now let me ask y'all a question. Did I lie on Tyson Fury at all? I'm not here to call him names or anything. Mm-hmm. Did I lie on him? Everything I said was true. From Nicholas Asbury to Martin Carefoot to detached thumbs, all of that stuff. I never lied on this guy. Sugar Hill's gonna tell you believe that he came in to work with Tyson Fury and didn't have any data on this dude? But I taught him how to turn punches. I'm asking you about faulty equipment. No, I taught him how to turn punches. Why are you lying to me, brother? Why are you lying to me, bruh? What's in darkness always comes to light. This is the shit I'm talking about. And niggas got mad at me for this.
Although you said you have nothing to do with it, is it beyond the scope of reason for us to think that this guy actually cheated? Your thoughts?
I would have to say everybody has their own opinion. So
This, oh my God, bro. I'm gonna let him finish. Look at Fred's face, though.
I can't sit here and say should it be without reasonable doubt, without what's the word, what's the phrase you use?
Beyond the scope of reason.
Beyond the scope of reason. User officer, yes?
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know how many people you've arrested, but when you arrive to a scene and you put that cold steel on someone's wrist, and let's say you notice, but you ever arrested the same person twice?
I don't know.
Bullshit. You know if you've done. You absolutely whatever.
Okay, but when you ever brought somebody in and ran their record, and then you find out, oh man, this guy has a rap sheet. And he's in there talking about, he or she is in there talking about, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. Do you take in consideration that this person has a prior record? You have to.
You have to. Look at his face.
Yeah, you got. I mean, if I look at his record and then I know he got a record, but he's already in the station. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you do understand why we are thinking what we think?
Why the long pauses?
I can understand why people think that. I can understand why people think a lot of things.
No, nigga, no, don't talk to me about a lot of things. Talk to me about this guy.
That's not the only thing that was said. So I mean, I understand what people. I try to make myself understand what people are thinking, just to be fair. So I don't have just I don't just see it from my point of view. I try to take myself out and take myself out of myself and put myself in other people's shoes. So yeah, I can see where people may think certain things about that fight and other things, you know. So I guess if that's to answer your question, fair, yeah.
So you haven't looked at any of the you haven't rewatched the fight, you haven't looked at any of the conspiracy videos, you haven't looked at any of that, or you just stayed away from it?
I looked at it and I'm listening to you talk now and how you say you saw slapping and you saw. I wasn't looking for it. I'm not looking so detailed as you are and other people are. I'm not looking to say, oh, he slapped right there, he slapped right there, he did this, he did that. You know, I'm not looking at that close like that to dissect it because of people are saying certain things.
Lord have mercy.
All right. So according to the rules of the commission, wrist shots are illegal. Rabbit punches are illegal. All right. There was a bunch of rabbit punches. There was a bunch of wrist shots. All right. You said you haven't gone back and looked at the fight. I'm just urging you, go back and look at it. And there's a reason why people are so enraged. And I was one of them. And can I be very honest with you right now?
Here's the
Since we're
part.
talking, and I'm gonna say this, I don't even know how to say this respectfully. All right. As you can tell, I support Wilder. As you can tell. All right. And at first, I didn't have a problem with Fury. I didn't have a problem with you training him. But when I went back, all right, because I didn't want to hear it. After the second fight, I didn't want to hear it. I said, look, my guy lost. Congrats to the Gypsy King. I'm good. I ate it. 7 days. People were hitting me up. No, you got to see this. You got to see this. You got to. When I looked at it, I said, man, that's not right. And that's what made me go back to the first fight. And I said, shit, how did I miss that? And then that's when the case started building. So what I'm saying to you is people are not just shooting the shit right now. This is real things happening. And you know, you're older than me. I ain't got to tell you to watch your association. But this is a shit show that people aren't mad for no reason. This guy has a record. He has a record. Now, I don't know if you're paying attention or not, but I was so mad. You know what I said about you? You might not know, but I'm going to tell you. I said, God damn it. This sellout, man, I hope he dies in a fucking car fire. I said that.
There it is. That's the part. Look at Fred's face, yo. Look at Fred's face. That's the part. Now, you heard the context. You heard the context. I didn't just jump. You let these niggas tell it. You thought I just jumped on it and just said that and left. No, I explained it. But I'll let it play. Let me bring it back. Look at Fred's face, bro. Look at Fred's face. Look at his face.
But I'm gonna tell you, I said, God damn it, this sellout, man, I hope he dies in a fucking car fire. I said that. I said that. That's how angry I got. Because this shit is unfair, Suge. This is unfair. Now, whether you're being honest with us or not, I'll take you at your word. You haven't gone back to revisit it. You said you haven't watched it. Go back and watch it and tell me if you feel that it's normal. Wrist shots, brother. I've never seen, listen, you got some punches that came out that Kronk gym. I've never seen Tommy Hearns knock a dent in somebody's head.
Am I lying? Tommy has laid people out with that right hand, not one fractured skull.
And he hit Roberto Duran dumb hard. I remember that, man. I'm only 45 years old. All right?
Damn, this 5 years ago.
You got some punches coming out of there. I've never seen your hardest hitters come out and knock a dent in someone's head. Shook, that's not normal. That's not normal. All right?
Yeah, so I was surprised when I saw the picture where I guess it was a dent, where they circled it and said it was a dent. I think it was when Deontay Wilder posted the video and he was like, "Look, there's a dent on my head." I was surprised. That was the first time I ever even saw or even heard about a dent being on the head like that. So yeah, that was something that was strange for me to see. I don't think I've seen that in boxing before. I've seen broken noses, swollen eyes, and I mean the whole side of it. I've seen all that stuff, but
sure, I've seen.
So
I'm not to cut you off, but I've seen some injuries. Like I said, I've never been pro. I done fucked around with people in the Golden Gloves. I grew up in gyms. I've seen a lot of stuff. All right. I used to be at Roberto Clemente State Park. The big dog in there was Mitch Blood Green in the early 80s. I've seen him hurt people. I've seen him swole up eyes. I mean, hell, Mike Tyson bust his shit, his eyes swole up, but he didn't knock with a bare fist. He didn't knock a dent in a man's head with a glove with padding. It just don't happen. That's not, and you just said it's not normal. This is not normal. So all I could, like I said, you're a grown ass man. I can't tell you to watch your association, but this guy, all right, the detached thumb in that fight against Christian Hammer, I'm sure his trainers probably are like, yo, I ain't had nothing to do with that. I don't know what the fuck that is. The drugs, okay? He had a win, a change to a no contest. This guy is a criminal. And to justify, and I'm not saying you, because you might be in the dark, to justify what this guy has done, because I firmly believe that he's a cheater. To justify what he's done, it doesn't make you a fan of the sport. It just makes people assholes. That's what it is. I wouldn't be on here if I didn't believe he cheated. I didn't want to hear about anything. All I know is that my dude lost, and I ate that. But then when you give me this evidence, it held weight. And then when you go back and look at his history, it cannot be ignored. It can't be ignored. I've done videos about it. I have a case. If I took him to court with all of this evidence, the judge would have no choice but to look at it and take it into consideration. Granted, his history. Now, you may not know it. You might have been like, okay, you just said he was rapping. He was wrapping his hands. You had no idea what was going on with that camera. All right? You had no idea. But we're telling you, yo, he unplugged the camera. That's not normal. If you found out that Deontay Wilder unplugged his cameras and he knocked a dent in Fury's forehead and KO'd him in the third round, and you found that he unplugged the cameras, wouldn't you ask, yo, what's that about? Wouldn't you at least ask, what's that about? Because that's not normal. Suge, they waved goodbye to us and unplugged the camera. Do you know that?
You didn't know that?
Yeah. Yes. Now let me ask you something. Am I giving him the third degree or am I putting him up on game? Now I'm talking to him. I think he knew all about it, but now I'm just giving him a heads up because if Suge, you really don't know, I'm putting you up on game. If he really didn't know, as soon as this broadcast was over, he should have distanced himself from this motherfucker. Because here we are 5 years later, Daniel Kinahan get caught. We don't know what's going to happen from this shit. And don't think for 2 seconds his fucking name won't come up in that. So in essence, I'm kind of like reprimanding him, but I'm still being respectful. I'm giving him a heads up. He was supposed to leave him alone after that second Wilder fight. But no, the money too good. So you're saying you don't know? They went just like this and unplugged the camera. That happened. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. That really happened.
So when they unplugged the camera, so then that has something to do with me. So as I stated before, my normal routine was what it was. JD's was in there. He was right there. There's always a representative there. So he touched the pants, he touched the gloves, he touched everything. He was okay with everything. So something to do with that camera.
So you blaming the victim because it was clearly Patton moved out the gloves, removed. And JD's really didn't know what he was doing. So you blaming the victim.
Honestly, really, I don't even care about no camera. What that camera got to do with anything? The commissioner's there and JD's there. The camera's just a plus for the fans. And that's just
Mauricio Suleiman also said he was in both rooms.
And entertaining to watch the guys inside the locker room, things like that. That got nothing to do with the fight. You got the committee, you got somebody from his camp there. His trainer is there. He's supposed to be who looks out for his well-being. His trainer was there. The same as I had a fighter, I had a representative for my team over there watching while they get his hands wrapped. If something was wrong, it should have been said then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
something's wrong, it should have been said then.
No cameras. Somebody covering the camera don't mean nothing because you got the commission there still.
No, it means everything because this is what this guy does. And he got away with it because there was also poisoning of the water. This is Wilder Fury 2. They were playing in our face.
That's just for the fans to see. It's part of entertainment.
I'm sure the commission was there when Margarito's hands got wrapped too. Uh-oh! Uh-oh!
And they pointed it out, didn't they?
No, they did not. No, they did not. It was Brother Nas. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. You know who caught him? Brother Richardson caught him.
Bear Richardson. I mean, not Bear, but
the commission. See, dickhead nigga. You see? You spoke too soon. Now he says, oh yeah, Richardson. Yeah. Commissions have never caught someone cheating. You know that?
Nazim caught it. Nazim
right, but the commissions never caught anyone cheating ever. You do know that, right?
So that's why you have a commission there, and you have somebody from your team there.
So wouldn't it make sense for the commission to have caught somebody? They've never caught anybody. Ever.
So
it's always
it makes more sense to have two people in there. So if one person misses, the other one catches it.
But okay, so who the fuck was in Wilder's locker room with Sugar Hill watching the hand wraps? This dude is a lot, and see, this is where it got rough for him. Because now I got him on the ropes, and he's upset. He's trying to fire back because he's getting body bagged. All right, brother. But to even say that the commission is there, it's irrelevant because they never caught him.
So scratch that then. JD's was there.
Now you want to blame JD's. Look, we know JD's fucked up. But JD's is not the one wrapping the hands. You still are admitting guilt. Okay, so if JD's don't know listen, I won't catch hand wraps being wrapped bad. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to look for. But if you did it, you did it. What are you going to say? Oh, Drew was there. Okay, he was there. So what? Oh, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. There it is. And he missed it. JD's missed it.
He missed what?
Because JD said he didn't feel the gloves.
JD missed what, though?
He didn't feel the gloves. JD's didn't feel the gloves. Is Tay in the chat? Tay, let me know in the chat. Did he feel the gloves? Cause I could have swore you told me that he didn't feel the gloves. I just told you. He didn't feel the gloves. He didn't check the gloves. And by the way, look at his fucking face. He knows. He knows. Hey, everyone wants to call Deontay crazy, but everyone's checking gloves now. Are you familiar with Oshaki Foster?
Uh-oh.
No.
Okay. They tried to cheat him. They caught his opponent's gloves.
Yo, what was that dude's name that tried to fucking G him with the gloves? The Spanish dude. He did some fuck shit with his gloves. Everyone said Deontay was crazy. But after this, everybody was checking gloves. Miguel Roman, thank you, K-Rob. Come on, Suge. Who you talking to? Tay said, nah, thank you, bro.
They switched the gloves. They got him in some right gloves, and Oshaki whooped his ass. But he tried to cheat him.
Okay, but regarding Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder 2 fight.
Now he want to get back on task.
That's it. Just regarding this fight. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, the other people, Shockey and stuff. I don't know nothing about that.
All right, well,
when I tell you us here on YouTube and on social media, I'm telling you, we know more than a lot of these motherfuckers in the industry know. Because they're ignorant to it. They're only worried about what they're doing in their own personal circle. We are involved in everything, and we see shit they don't see. I'm telling you.
I'm going on my experience.
All right, so you're going off your experience. So you're familiar with the term in concert, right?
And this is where I made it famous.
In concert?
In concert.
Yep.
He has to know what that is.
Okay, so let me give you, again, you're an older gentleman, you're an older man than me, and I ain't got to tell you much. But when shit hits the fan, everything you saying here in the barbershop, I'm saying, in concert, you could say, I didn't know about the camera, I didn't know about the gloves. But if you're in front of a judge, they'd be like, yo, no, you was there. So you're going to get charged in concert if anything happens.
5 years later, Kinahan was just arrested. There is a possibility all of this shit, washing money, washing your drug money in boxing, who was you working with? They might call Katie Taylor. They might call Josh Taylor. And they might call this dumb nigga from fucking Michigan.
Nah, that would.
How would you defend that?
That wouldn't be true.
It wouldn't.
That wouldn't be true. I can't. How am I going to get charged with a camera? Somebody messing with a camera. Something I didn't know.
I'm talking about
everything else.
And gloves and hand wraps when everybody signed off on it. Everything's okay.
All right, everyone signed off on it, but okay.
Hey, Michael Fox gloves, Gabriel Maestre got to the fucking ring with skin gloves and got caught. The fucking ref said, who signed off on these? You heard someone on the video say, I didn't. The commission signed off on skin gloves. And he's talking to me about commissions.
Margarito's gloves got signed off, and I spoke to Kermit Cintron. He said, I know there was bricks in his shit. And it took about, let me see, Kermit Cintron twice, Golden Johnson, Cotto, and then Mosley and Brother Richardson caught him.
Margarito was using bricks in his gloves for at least 6 fights.
Took him about 4 fights to get caught, but he finally got caught. Finally. So what I'm saying is, what's in darkness always come to light. Now, you can say you don't know, and I'll take you at your word. You said you didn't know. But what I'm saying is that term in concert, there's something to think about, man. And if you really are in the dark about it, you need to do your research. Go back and look at the first fight. Go back and look at the second fight. Look at all the wrist shots. Look at all the rabbit punches. I know your term is to go in there and win. And for that aspect, you did your job. But go back and look at the Nicholas Asbury. He's been on multiple platforms talking about it. And Fury's camp never called him a liar. They apologized to him. And that's all I'm going to say. Take it easy.
Yo, you know what, man? I go back and I watch that, bro. I didn't do shit wrong, bro. I didn't do shit wrong.
Yeah, do you remember your immortal words, Drew? Time reveals all truth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I tell y'all, my fucking memes tell stories. Sugar Snitch, you see that right there? He might start singing, and I'm telling you right now, he can go in the way he talked to me. If he sits down in front of the FBI, the CIA, the IRS, the KGB, you know, fucking who those people in the UK?
National Crime Agency. No, he'll sit there. It'll be the Office of Foreign Assets, but also it'll be and the FBI. Because at the end of the day, crimes may or may not. See, look, you don't even have to have a concrete case. All you need to have is prima facie evidence,
Right.
which needs to be looked at.
Yep.
You don't have to predict an outcome. You don't have to say anything. You just have to say, we've got A, B, C, D, and E, which doesn't look good. Could you please investigate?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Also, Drew, I wonder if you issue a freedom of information, a FISA application to the FBI and ask them if they've ever spoken to any of the boxers, and you name them, and they've got to come back with a response. They might say it's an ongoing investigation, but you might get a response if you write to them and issue a Freedom of Information Act that you can do in America. Have you interviewed Bud Crawford, Sugar Hill, Bob Arum, Morris Suleiman, right? And they've got to tell you, I think, in America.
Tell me, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna be nosy with this. I'm doing my part. Fuck that, because I don't like being lied to, man. I don't like it. Especially if it almost cost the life of my brother, man. Fuck that. That's bullshit. And this motherfucker, if they sit him down, I'm telling you right now, he's singing. Sugar Hill gonna turn into Sugar Snitch. He's singing. And I'm gonna tell you something else that'll be the funniest shit in the world. They will find the internet and they're gonna find this interview that I just played for y'all, and they're gonna listen to this motherfucker.
Drew, Tony G said, go back and look at Fury's fight last weekend, and his glove was flopping about then.
Oh, really? I wasn't paying attention.
Well, let me see if I can find it. He said it just in the comments earlier. I did notice it.
Yeah.
Tony G.
Yeah, Tony, it was? What round, brother? Let me know. I want to know. Enigmatic Son says Kinahan gonna be singing too. Listen, y'all remember New Jack City? Y'all remember that scene? Look at him, Kareem Akbar. That's gonna be Daniel Kinahan. And Sugar Hill sitting there like, yo, I was just a trainer, man. No, motherfucker, you going down. When they sit down with Daniel and say, well, what was you doing? Yeah, MTK, Global. I was working with this fighter, that fighter. Yeah, Fury's my guy. And everything he did, cheating with the fights, everybody was in on it. Well, who's everybody? Everybody. Well, who? The Cut Man? Everybody. Ricky Hatton, rest in piss? Everybody. What about Sugar Hill? Everybody. Go get Sugar Hill's black ass. And it'll be funny, because his ass will get locked up way before Tyson. Yeah, he running around helping him out. They fuck around and lock your ass up. Dummy. Fuck around. Daniel Kennedy will say, yo, I was moving up a bunch of crack in his goddamn gym bags. Exactly, Joe Townsend. Pull me glove up. Fuck Ricky Hatton. Don't care about him. When he died, I said, okay, next. In other news, what time the Bulls game come on? Fuck him. Don't care. That'd be funny as fuck.
Hey, Drew. Look, there it is. Tony G.
Okay, he says most rounds, David Hay was calling out illegal punching. I did hear David say something about illegal punches. I'm gonna go back here. It's still on Netflix. I'm gonna go back and watch it. Cause I was in and out, man. I'm like, man, fuck this guy. I just like had it on. I was hoping that Makhmudov would land something stupid and knock him out. And so I was looking for that, but, you know, I wouldn't be that lucky. And Bob Arum, yeah, that's right, Juice. Bob Arum's like literally 100 years old. He gonna be like, I ain't trying to deal with this shit. That motherfucker did everything. But Bob, isn't that your friend, Bob?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Yo, you know who was telling him to shut the fuck up? Mike Coppinger. Mike Cappinger, he was telling him, shut the fuck. That's funny as hell. And by the way, wasn't Mike Cappinger working with MTK or Daniel Cannon or something? Please tell me that. Please tell me he has some sort of connection to that shit. Please. Please tell me. Being in the all-male prison for Mike Cappinger would be heaven for him because he is the pillowest of biters. Doodle chaser. You go to that motherfucking house, it's like, yo, man, why always I smell eggs every time I walk in here? Stupid ass. Man, I can't, dude, the possibilities. You know, I'm not even gonna hold you. I hope something bad happened for them. I do, I really do. I'm not even gonna, listen. Let me tell you something. As much shit have we heard over the years. Do y'all remember when people used to invade our chats talking about they wish Deontay would have died that night? Y'all remember those flyby motherfuckers? They come to the goddamn glass house and throw a goddamn rock. They're doing drive-bys. I hope Deontay died. You remember all of those people? Remember the death threats? I'm like, man, okay. All right. And now here we are. Tay Jones says he signed with MTK during COVID. A couple of months later, signed with ESPN as well. I hope. Just scare that motherfucker. Just bring him in for questioning or something. Mike Cappinger. Yeah, Tay, I remember you told me that. M1104, salute to you, brother. Salute to you. He said he came in from Art Haas's channel. Salute to you, brother. Man, the possibilities. And, you know, Daniel, now, let me ask you something. Art, if they throw the book at this guy, how much time would he get?
Well, if it was in America, it'll be end of story, life without parole. In Ireland, if he gets convicted of a murder, he'll get life and probably 40 years minimum sentence. But it's the tip of the iceberg, Drew. If they, I think that when the dust settles, there could be, you know, instances of 20, 30 murders that Daniel Kinahan has authorized because he was paid, you know, he was organizing hit squads. Another story, there was a famous gangster in the UK called John Goldfinger Palmer, and he was murdered. But one of his business partners thought he was going to speak to the police and authorities. So Richard Cashman, he lives in Dubai. He went to see Daniel Kinahan and said, I would like John Goldfinger Palmer murdered. Daniel Kinahan said $500,000. Daniel Kinahan went to his hitman, Imri Arakas, that's in public knowledge, and said, I'll give you $100,000 to kill John Goldfinger Palmer. He flew to the UK, hid in the bushes, shot him with a silencer-equipped pistol, and then melted into the background and escaped. And so there are many hits. Daniel Kinahan also organised the killing of an Iranian dissident in the Netherlands with the Mokro Mafia. So he's probably been involved in maybe 100 murders, more even.
Damn.
Right, they had hit squads. There was a hit squad, right? An American-Israeli called Golan. There's a lawsuit in New York at the moment. They were running a hit squad for the UAE. and they had a list of 23 dissidents the UAE government wanted killed. Yemenis, most of them, but there is a lawsuit in the New York. And then what happened in 2016? Their dealings with the UAE ceased, and Kinahan took over. They were running hit squads.
Yo, this motherfucker was in boxing. So when I tell y'all, Deontay wasn't only fighting a cheating ass Fury, he was fighting a network of gangsters. Cheating Deontay was easy.
Global killers.
Oh my God. See what I mean?
I mean, Drew, just for your own thing, if you type in Golan lawsuit UAE New York, it'll bring it up with you, because he was the UAE, Dubai, the UAE employed these mercenaries, giving them $1.5 million a month to kill their political rivals. They were ex-special forces and all of this. It all came on top in 2016, so they then employed the Kinahans. And when did the Kinahans go to Dubai? 2016.
I'm looking at it right now. He was 64.
Well, it's a lawsuit in New York over a hit squad working for the UAE.
Unfucking real.
Now, you got to remember that hit squad was out of business and Daniel Kinahan took over their business. Fuck's sake, this is mad, isn't it, Drew?
This isn't, listen, Art, that's why I'm so glad you're here. This is the shit. This guy was involved in boxing, y'all. This guy. So all of this shit, he had a fucking hit squad that he took over. You think it's child's play to poison some water and take some pattern out of a fucking glove and tell security in the sanctioning bodies or the goddamn people in charge to look away.
And this will upset everyone. People say the Kinahan cartel is worth $1.5 billion. Well, that's a lie. The Kinahan cartel have got a Bitcoin wallet with 50,000 Bitcoins in that is sitting there idling. And if you work it out at the prices today, it comes to about $2 or $3 billion in Bitcoin. That's just one. I think the Kinahan cartel are worth $10 billion, Drew.
Wait, what? 10 billion?
They reckon that, publicly they say they're worth $1.5 billion. I think it could be 10 times that, honestly.
Oh my God. Bruh. This guy was a boss, y'all. Why do you think $5 million bounty on his head and they took them how long to catch? Man, hold on a minute. Pound for Pound King says, what the fuck kind of circle jerk is this? A bunch of grown-ass idiots still trying to cope with the loss. Don't worry about the truth. Will come out in the documentary. Well, that woman in that avatar has a penis, and that makes you gay.
Why are you gay? No, you can't deny. You are gay, and you got gay friends who are telling everyone how you became the gayest of all of them. Shame. He's gay.
Gay, gay, gay.
That means you're gay.
But I kind of think you're gay.
Called you gay, by the way.
What are you, a fag? Cause bitch, you a fag.
You are bags.
Homosexual.
Well, Drew, okay, let's revisit this. As we know, some godfathers can be perverted. Daniel Kinahan, it is well known, allegedly, Daniel Kinahan would be pegged on a regular basis by Sandra Vaughan. She would put on a strap-on dildo and she would anally penetrate him, which is called pegging.
What?
Right? You think I'm kidding, right? Honestly, right? It's a well-known thing. They're all into it, them perverts, especially in the Middle East. And also, Drew, if you want to go further, there is something called Dubai Porta Potty, which means, right, they get lovely girls and they lay down and men squat over them and have a dump in their mouth.
What the fudge, Brownie?
Food by porta potty, it's called. And it's perverted practices going on in the Middle East. They get influencers out there and they offer them $10,000 and 100,000 followers, these pretty girls, and they get used and abused. There have been girls who have been murdered. They've been.
Oh, I didn't think that was real.
It's true.
Oh, no.
I'm telling you.
Yo, I heard some chick ate some feces, got sick, and she was sick for a long time, and she eventually died.
Yeah.
And then there was some other chick that was, she was from, I think, Philadelphia.
Yeah, there was
there,
another
she
girl,
went missing.
A girl, there was a Ukrainian girl. They abused her. They done all those despicable things, and then threw her off of a balcony in a high rise in Dubai. And then it's covered up. And what they do, they take the girls out to the desert. They dig a hole and just kill them, and that's it. They're disposable and they disappear. But no, Drew, honestly, Daniel Kinahan on his knees, Sandra Vaughan with the strap-on dildo, right, anally penetrating Daniel Kinahan. It's called pegging. Honestly, it's the oldest, it's the worst kept secret in that world.
Oh my God. Oh, oh my God. Oh. So Fury running around kissing motherfuckers on the mouth.
Exactly, Ben Davidson. Honestly, that's and so I know we laugh about Anthony Joshua, but a lot of these boxers, they're all perverts, sucking each other's dicks and all that stuff. It's revolting. I mean, please, honestly.
Oh my God!
Tyson Fury being spoken to by Ben Davison, and there's the moment, the pre-fight kiss. I have never ever seen that before.
Oh my God! Hey guys, I was just fucking around. That shit is. Yeah, bro. Pegging? That's a thing? Oh.
Jack the Ripper, what you mean the man in the UK 100 years ago killed all those prostitutes? The real Jack the Ripper?
Yeah,
or
you know, by the time I heard about that, that was like a story out here in America. We didn't know if that was real or not. That was a real dude?
Yeah, it was I think they traced it through DNA. They think it was a Polish barber, But then they also think with Jack the Ripper, though, Drew, that there were copycat killers.
Oh. Holy smokes.
Yeah, Stormy B, man, right? He's speaking truth there. That's why they get herpes on their lips. Disgusting. Absolutely revolting.
Oh.
Filth. Filthy behaviour. Listen, look, I'm not being funny, Drew. You can imagine, right, Oscar De La Hoya in his suspenders and stockings on his knees with Ryan Garcia doing him with the strap-on dildo. And it wouldn't, you'd say, yeah, I could see him doing that.
Oh my God, yes. This motherfucker.
I mean, Oscar De La Hoya dressing up in women's clothes. It's the same as this transgender bollocks, right? It's all bollocks.
Yeah.
Right? A man dressing up as a woman will always be a man dressed up as a woman. Will never be a bloody woman. And anyone forcing someone to say that, right, it must be mentally ill.
Yeah.
Fucking start all that game with me. Honestly, it's polluting the minds of our children. It is.
We're going. I won't even say gone backwards. We've gone off the rails in this world.
No, we've gone to where it was in Germany in the 1920s. It's Sodom and Gomorrah. Did you know Israel has got more paedophiles and grapists, right, that they would never extradite? It's a haven. Tel Aviv is Sodom and Gomorrah. Dirty, filthy, despicable practices. Oh my goodness. What's that? Oscar got fisted? No.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oscar rammed his fist up some girl's hoo-ha.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
that
like
now?
all the way up to his elbow, from what I heard. And
Oh, for goodness sake!
yeah, this girl, and I think I don't get me lying, I don't remember. I think he paid her off because it went away.
And is
But-
it true that he had to go back in to get his Rolex? Oh my goodness!
Hey, since we talk about cheaters, I want you to educate the audience.
Go on.
Connor Ben, the cheater that he comes from cheating stock in Nigel Ben.
Yes.
I told the audience that Nigel Ben, thanks to you telling me, he was affiliated with this gang called the Essex Boys.
Yes, Tony Tucker and Pat Tate, who were murdered, the Essex Boys murders. Nigel Ben, right, was hanging around, and he was lucky he weren't with them that night. And at the end of the Gerald McClellan fight, Nigel Ben pretended he fainted. Tony Tucker rushed him to hospital. There was nothing wrong with him, but it was because he was juiced out of his mind. If you go back, see, look, Drew tells you, if you go back and look at the Nigel Ben, Gerard McClellan flight, right, Ben was juiced out of his brain. McClellan knocked him through the bloody ropes in the first round.
Sure did.
Like, how can a human being come back from that? And also, I'd say that with a Wilder. How could a human being possibly get up off the floor and just shake off Deontay Wilder hitting him like that? There was something else. I mean, you say drugging the water. I say there might have been methamphetamine in that water. Some kind of chemical concoction that he has a drink of it and it gives you like a head rush.
Holy smokes, man.
I mean, honestly, what you're doing here, Drew, is you're scratching the surface. What you're looking at is the tip of a huge iceberg within the whole sport of boxing. The whole lot is rigged. It's a rigged game. Because if you imagine, I said this 4 years ago, hundreds of millions of dollars are gambled, especially in Southeast Asia, the Chinese, and all of that. So if you can predict the result, you can clean up. We see it in the stock market. Do you see that oil has been bouncing up and down, right, Drew? Someone the other day put a bet on the oil would go down. Right. About an hour later, President Trump has said the Strait of Hormuz is open. The oil went down, and this day trader, earned $780 million in one trade on one day.
Oh my God.
You can go and look at it. It's being reported about now. And it's obviously, look, Trump it gives a nod to his mates. Right, listen, I'm going to write a truth social in a minute and say that we're going to bomb them to smithery. We're going to bomb them to a new civilization. So oil's going to go up. So gamble that oil's going to go up. Okay, then, right, boom. They put the bet on. Trump does the truth social, destroy your civilization, oil goes up and they clean up. And then obviously the backhanders come in.
Oh my gosh.
They reckon that President Trump has earned $2 billion, right, since he's taken office again.
Yep.
$2 billion.
Generational wealth. That's what he used the presidency for. He don't give a fuck what happens when he's out that seat.
Yeah, but to be fair, though, Joe Biden did the same. 10% with a big guy. He was out in Ukraine and they were investigating Burisma, a oil company that Hunter Biden was a director of. And Joe Biden, the video's still there. He said, what a son of a bitch the prosecutor is. I said to the man, I'm here to give you $1 billion in American aid. And if you don't fire that prosecutor by 4 o'clock when I leave, right, you're not getting your $1 billion. And you know what? The son of a bitch came through. He fired the prosecutor, and now we're going to give him the $1 billion. It's still there.
Holy smokes. This is what these motherfuckers voted for. Yeah, shout out to America. The fuck is happening here? You see? It's some bullshit. We got to go to work every day.
Yeah, but listen, Drew, look, when you're provided, you've got two choices. Very evil or slightly less evil. And so if you can only choose between those, how can you be blamed? I mean, the best vote in America is no vote.
Yeah, we're done. EMB is
not only you, Western society is done. It's cooked. Western society.
It's over. It's over. I just saw this video on Instagram. I saved it. I'm gonna talk about it on my other channel. This guy was talking about some shit they're doing in Poland. You know, where a man could turn his penis inside out and use his DNA and make something about. They did something scientific where you don't need two people to make a baby anymore. And the guy was so mad, he said he wants, you know, everyone to aim their nukes to Poland and just bomb it to the Stone Age. It was crazy. I saw it today. I saw it this morning. It was weird. I said, holy smoke.
And do you remember, Drew, when we kept seeing different Joe Bidens? Do you remember the great big tall one at the White House? He was about 7 foot tall.
I do, with the wrinkled ear.
And you go, excuse me, what's happened to Joe then? He was like a bloody a basketball player. I mean, how can someone grow 3 feet? Right? They must think the public are idiots, mustn't they?
I was done when I saw Hunter Biden leaving crack in the house.
Yeah.
And well, real quick, let me read these super checks. EMB said the movie based on them was called Rise of the Foot Soldier.
Yes, it was.
Yep. Salute to my brother iRock in that super chat. He says, yeah, you lied because, you know, Glass Joe and Soda Popinski smashing everything. My guy, salute. Now the 86 in that super chat. Much love. He says, salute, Drew, and salute to the mighty LDBC. And salute to my brother, always supporting 88 Sports Talk, my fam. He says, remember that boxer that got killed at the weigh-in? That was in Ireland, right?
Yeah, that was the Regency Hotel. That was the Hutch OCG trying to kill Daniel Kinahan. I believe, allegedly, MI6 got Daniel out the hotel, but David Byrne was killed with AK-47s because shortly after, the Kinahans then moved to Dubai full-time. And I believe they work for MI6 and Mossad. I know there's links with Iran, but I think it's Christy Kinahan Sr., Daniel's father. I mean, look, I'll tell you in terms you New Yorkers will understand. Imagine the situation in the 80s where they go after the Gottis, right, and they arrest Gotti's son, right, which we say is like Daniel Kinahan, yet John Gotti is still allowed to operate. That's what we got here. Everyone's clapping their hands. Daniel Kinahan's arrested, but his dad's still the boss.
Yeah. You got one guy, but you ain't cut the head off the snake. Now, let me ask you this.
Of course.
Do you think
also authorities have come out, Drew, and said that we are not pursuing Christy Kinahan Sr. or Christopher Kinahan Jr. at this time?
I mean, why wouldn't you? They're all in it together.
And and all of them have got a bounty on their head by the US of $5 million on each.
How do you not go after them? You understand?
And also, I think Daniel Kinahan is still in boxing. There's another geezer who's in it. Is it Spencer Brown?
Spencer Brown.
Is he a promoter? Is he, right?
Spencer Brown is a promoter.
I think so, right? But there are various people doing Daniel Kinahan's bidding still within boxing today. He never left boxing, only his name left.
You know, do you think they have a system in place where okay, you got one guy that was a leader of the cartel, and just in case he decides to talk, we're gonna off him. You think they have like an agreement? If anybody get caught, just in case we feel you're gonna speak, we're gonna off you. You think they have an agreement like that? Because I've known gangs to have shit like that.
Yeah, I mean that's always a possibility. The model that they run. I mean, in The Godfather, Frankie Five Angels was given the option that if he sat in a hot bath like a Roman senator and opened up his veins, his family would keep all their money and all this carry on. So maybe there's that. Yeah, I mean, some of them, these gangs, they're almost cult-like, aren't they? I mean, if you look at the Mexican gangs, the Sinaloa cartel, some of them torture videos and that, you go, oh my God. So, you know, you wonder why they're not worried about law enforcement.
Shit. This rabbit hole goes deep. And see, this is why I got Art on here, y'all. Because all of these things that we're talking about, you need to know. A, this is what Deontay Wilder was dealing with. B, I didn't want fucking Bud Crawford in Dubai talking to these people. And C, I always knew at some point this was going to blow up in somebody's face. And by the way, y'all might not have known, but John Fury fell out with Tyson about a month ago. And there might be more to that.
Oh, yes. Also, Drew, can I can I ask Tay a question? He doesn't have to answer it, but I would just like to ask him a question. Tay, right, has Deontay Wilder ever felt threatened about talking about this kind of stuff, directly or indirectly? Has there ever been any threats towards Deontay Wilder?
Let me see if he's in the chat. He might be in the chat still. I haven't heard, but he has disclosed that they've gotten those strange phone calls about somebody not liking what Deontay was talking about or what he was representing. Now, as far as it getting deep, as far as, you know, Daniel Kinahan and shit like that, that I wouldn't know. I can't wait to see that documentary when it comes out.
Which documentary, Drew?
Say again?
Which documentary are you speaking about?
Oh, he's putting out a documentary in reference to the Tyson Fury situation.
Is he?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, marvelous! Oh,
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I can't wait. And it would be impossible to talk about this without bringing up Tyson Fury's association.
Well, I hope they haven't finished filming. I hope they can add on the fact that Daniel Kinahan is now under arrest and everything, because that is almost a cherry on the cake, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost a vindication. If they're saying,
he said, yeah, before the fight, yes.
Yeah. I didn't want to sort of speak out of school, but there it is. There it is. Tay said it. There it is. Threats of like that we don't understand. You know, in that gangster world, when they sort of, you know, you're being threatened.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I don't know if the documentary is it done already? Or y'all still, editing and...
Well, it's just if you tell a story, you've got the perfect ending of it. Daniel Kinahan is now under arrest on many murder charges and directing a criminal organisation. He's under arrest. It's not just hearsay. He's there under arrest. I'm sure they can add a couple of minutes at the end.
Right. And in the ESPN, somebody in the UK put it in the ESPN article about him being arrested in his connection to boxing. It's not in America, but I found it online. And this is a brilliant thing. I'm loving it. So if the documentary is not done, or if they can find a way to add this, you know what'd be even more great is if this thing hits the ground running like ASAP and they start pulling people in for questioning, like Sugar Hill, like Huey Fury, like John Fury, like Bob Arum. I want to pull all these American motherfuckers that were running with this guy, call their ass in.
Maurice Suleiman.
Oh my God. I want him to get questioned, tried, and convicted. I can't stand that motherfucker. That motherfucker lied to me on. Did you see when I spoke to him on the same show on Barbershop Conversation when I talked to his dumb ass? Oh my God.
I remember when you showed the video of that of him sitting behind his desk with the gloves that have been skinned. Do you remember that?
I got that. Let me see. Where's that? Oh, here we go.
Good. This is good, Drew. Thank you for this. I'm thoroughly enjoying this.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. This is the video right here.
Hello, my name is Mauricio Sulaiman, Executive Secretary of the WBC. We would like to announce that we have begun an investigation regarding the situation that happened in a female championship fight last weekend in Mexico. The fight was between Juarez and Rigo Togo from Japan, and there was a situation in which the gloves were tampered with. The WBC is gathering all the reports from the supervisors from both camps, and we will have a hearing with Togo's management to have them explain exactly what transpired during that situation of the gloves. Here's the evidence. It is a critical and alarming situation because the so-called skinning of gloves seems that happened for this fight. We are very concerned about this situation, and the WBC is gathering information regarding this happening not only in Mexico but other countries and other arenas. We are very concerned about the matter, and we will pay full attention to this situation, and we will inform accordingly of what happens after a hearing with Mr. Togo's manager. Thank you very much.
Now check this out, y'all. As soon as that shit happened, those fucking gloves was on her goddamn desk. Those gloves was on his desk. And this is Rio Togo, Japanese fighter, fought Marina La Barbie Juarez. This is her. She cute, ain't she? Look at her record, 58 wins. Holy shit. 58 wins, 20 knockouts. 13 losses, 4 draws. She's been knocked out 3 times. Okay? So, of course, he went to bat for one of his own. But he don't extend none of that courtesy to his goddamn Black American WBC 10 title defenses. 10 title defenses. He can't get Deontay's back. Instead, when we said, hey, man, there's a discrepancy here, he told us we're stupid and we're trying to ruin a historic fight in boxing. That's how he talked to us, man. Tay said he's been recording since 2020. Clarence, I see you, good brother. Since 2020, man, this is 5 years, 6 years of hard body karate stuff.
The great thing is, though, Drew, we didn't know at the time, but we covered a lot of ground, and thank goodness you have got it all recorded and everything.
Oh, man, we got a bunch.
But at the time, though, people were attacking you, attacking me. Do you remember when they busted through my house and took my computers away?
Oh, brother, yeah, bro, what happened? I never spoke to you about that, like, one-on-one, man. What happened?
I just got a fine. And they gave me my computer back about 6 months later. Well, you talk about, and again, even now, a month ago, right, someone took my channel down by false copyright claims, right? What were they worried about? What did they know? And now, right, a few weeks later, Daniel Kinahan's arrested. But luckily, I've got a backup channel anyway, which I use now, Sheriff.
Yep. Yep. Oh my
So
God.
listen, I hope then, Tay, I hope that Deontay's documentary includes that. There's other things you can include where there is evidence. Tyson Fury, MTK had a exclusive limited edition, right? Hubler watches made, MTK. There were 50 of them made. They cost $50,000 each. Right, and one was sent to Tyson Fury, and he made a video. Oh, look, this lovely watch that I've got. The thing he didn't do was pay the duty, import duty, which is 20%. So he literally defrauded the government out of $10,000. I mean, I spoke about it at the time. He's there going, oh, look, from Daniel Kinahan, MTK, limited edition, Hublot watch. He was in the back of a car. And he got it out right, and so there are loads of things that you can show because they leave a footprint.
Yeah.
Yes, don't forget. Listen,
Hey,
it's
man.
all in the family. Look, if you think the Kinahan cartel, what about the Suleiman cartel that have run boxing for generations, right? Honestly, it's been handed down. Maurice Suleiman, right? He's got the only qualifications he's got is running a car wash, right? He was given the job because his father was in charge. Is that correct, Drew? Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nepotism. Doesn't matter,
Yep.
you know. I mean, I believe we live in a meritocracy, right? If the best person qualified for the job gets the job, irrespective of what they look like, what creed, color, whatever, right? You want to have the best person, best qualified for the job. Otherwise, it's ridiculous.
It's nepotism at its finest, man. And Mauricio Silly, man, that's what I call him. I can't wait for him to get obliterated, man. This is a guy when Alejandro Hermanas fought Franchon Cruz Dezern. When that bitch came out for the weigh-in, her traps were bigger than mine. And I said, whoa. So I said, well, was she drug tested? And then he said, oh, no, we're bullying her because she's gay. He was like, yo, it's obvious she's gay. Her fucking wife is in the front row. We're asking, was she drug tested? You know, like how Sugar Hill, I asked him about faulty equipment. He started talking about turning punches. No. So Franchon loses, and he did the same shit. We was like, yo, was she tested? He says, you're bullying her because she's gay. Well, sometime later you found out, oh, that's why she looked like that. The problem was she was trying to grow a penis. She was going through a whole sex change.
Oh, please. What do you mean grow a penis? It's not like a bloody cannabis plant.
Yeah, hey, she was going through a whole sex change, and she had drugs in her system. So technically, thanks to these fools, Franchon Cruz was technically fighting a man in the ring.
Well, remember the Olympics when that Algerian man pretending to be a woman beat up all them women to win the gold medal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is what we're dealing with here. This is what we're dealing with. And he had to give Franchon Cruz Dezern her belt back. I mean, it's all bullshit. I can't stand this dude. Salute to the enigmatic son in that super chat. He says, Drew, there will be a divine judgment on all parties involved. The cosmic scales of justice are shifting as we speak. That's what I'm saying. We have to lift the goddamn finger. This is happening. And K-Rob, my brother, he's speaking on the lobotomy situation. He said, Drew, Mariana never got any legal justice against Suleiman, and he decided to sweep it under the rug to silence her about it. She also got jerked after. I read what you said earlier. She got cheated again.
Again, as well, though, Drew, they use NDAs, non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah. This is, guys, we're not making this shit up.
However, though, Drew, one good thing, if there's a criminal investigation, non-disclosure agreements become null and void. Did you know that?
If there's a criminal investigation, it becomes null and void?
Yeah. If just say you sign a non-disclosure agreement, right? If something happens where there's a criminal investigation, you're free to speak about that. You can't say, oh no, I'm not allowed to talk about it, right? You know, you can speak about it. It opens the door.
That's why Diddy's in jail. He had a lot of NDAs, but once it became a legal matter, everybody had to tell because they were subpoenaed by the FBI and shit. So you got to talk about it. You got to talk about it, man.
I can't. You know what? I went down the Epstein rabbit hole, and I mean, it was bad enough. They're interfering with children. Now we find out they're bloody eating them, chopping them up and eating them. I mean, I'm like, I can't have this no more. Honestly, I've got Epstein fatigue. I was so sickened by it.
But it's bad. It's bad. Yeah, the guy had a whole fucking man, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it, man. The guy got a whole...
The worst thing is Drew, right, is that when he died, someone took over. It's going on today on an industrial scale. That's what people don't realize. It's going on today.
These people are evil, but they're trying to, well, I don't want to talk too much about it on YouTube.
No, I know.
Yeah, people talk and there's things that you could connect the dots. So you're like, man, if this is true, this is crazy. This is crazy. But all I can say to y'all is, man, just be careful out here.
Yeah.
You got grown ass people going missing.
I mean, you think that this is just boxing and criminals, drug dealers getting involved in boxing, kingpin. But then when you look at them, right, they're involved in human trafficking, organ trafficking, right? The arms, guns, drugs, right? And then themselves in their personal life, they're into perverted, revolting, disgusting things. But honestly, literally, the scandal with Daniel Kinahan in boxing is still only the tip of the iceberg. This is a global thing.
Yeah, it's not. And I want you guys to understand in the chat, Daniel Kinahan's involvement in boxing, that's just a minor thing he was fucking with. This guy's involved in other shit. And the fact that this guy was so big in that fucking criminal world, the fact that he was in boxing, doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do was major news. Dude, and I want y'all to understand that the fact that Tyson Fury, they didn't say, hey, you did something enough for us to arrest you. They told him in America, your connection with this guy makes us not want you on our soil anymore. And I cannot believe that that wasn't big news in America. I can't believe that. That's fucking crazy.
And still 5 years later, it's the same. Hey, did you read about Lazez, the ex-fighter, the gym owner, right? Did you read the story where they got the photographs from last June of Daniel Kinahan and Christy Kinahan at the MMA fight in Dubai?
They were there?
Oh, yeah, it came out. And one of their friends, Lazez, he's an ex-MMA or UFC fighter. He was fronting companies and he bought 2 oil tankers, one for $40 million, one for $50 million, and was sending Iranian oil to China, beating the sanctions. But no, let me find it. It was a massive article. I'm surprised you didn't see it.
No, I didn't know that.
Hang on. Yeah, it's the Kinahan. It was a Bellingcat article. Hang on. Let me bring it up for you.
These cats don't want to. They insist that nothing happened to Deontay, and Fury's back by this fucking guy. And Sugar Hill's dumbass rolling around with Fury. And let me tell y'all something in the chat. I didn't attack Sugar Hill at all. That's what people want. People that never saw it, they want you to believe that. What I did was give him a heads up, because if he honestly didn't know none of this shit. Because normally, if you're a trainer, you want to know about the product you're about to be brought in to train, because you got your goddamn name on these people, and you want to have. Yeah, I see it. Let me bring that up. And you want to have the best of intentions there. This dumb motherfucker. Oh shit! Oh, let me share that screen. Yeah, let me share this screen. Unbelievable. He was outside, $5 million bounty in his head. Look at him. He's outside, yo.
Yeah, look, it's only from March this year, last month.
New footage shows wanted Kinahan, cartel kingpins, post-sanctions. Let me just save this.
If you scroll down, right, you might recognize that this geezer Lazez. If you scroll down, keep going.
Now, these are the dudes wanted. 5 million, right?
That guy.
Oh shit!
Right, and you can read underneath it; it'll tell you who he is. That geezer there.
And you get a hand on the left. Watches a fight with Monier Laziz at the 971 FC in Dubai last year. Laziz has been an outspoken supporter of Kinahan. Oh my God, bro. Hey, that tears it. I'm never going to Dubai, man. I hope y'all see this shit. $5 million bounty on his head. He outside like nothing. You see? This guy's a gangster. Yo, I want you to understand something. This guy will have you killed and no one will look for you. All that movie shit that we used to grow up watching, Scarface and The Godfather. This is it right here, him. And he's had a fucking fight in Dubai. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in the UAE, but skip that. I can hit Lotto tomorrow. I'm not going over there. I'll never go over there. They shitting on Instagram models and killing them and throwing them off of balconies and burying them in a desert.
Drew, in Holland, right, they worked with the Mokro Mafia, right? They were part of the super cartel. A journalist wrote about Ridwan Taghi. So Daniel Kinahan, right, got a rocket launcher into Holland and they fired it at the journalist office and blew the whole bleeding place up. A rocket launcher.
No. That didn't happen, bro. You serious?
Honestly.
Oh. Wait, he shot a rocket launcher at some media personnel?
Yeah, because he wrote a nasty article about him.
Yo. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because this is insane. This is insane.
And
did y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm. People thought you was mad and I was mad and Tay was mad and even thought Deontay Wilder was mad as well. But look, the chickens are coming home to roost now. Everything spoken about 5 years ago is being proved to be correct.
Oh my gosh. Oh, sidebar. I saw that video. What the fuck was with Beefy setting shit on fire?
No, Liam Smith, Beefy, right, was out in Dubai and he was shagging Daniel Kinahan's wife. Right, they call her elevator knickers, right, because her knickers keep going up and down like an elevator. Right, and Liam Beefy Smith is a Casanova. He's meant to be a red hot lover. And a lot of these older women, right, he goes and services them. And one of them is Daniel Kinahan's wife. Honestly, they're perverts.
He's a gigolo?
He's a gigolo. That's the word. Yeah, you got it. Liam Beefy Smith is a gigolo.
The boxer, y'all. Beefy. Liam Smith.
And one of the a gangster that Liam Smith was servicing, he's just got 18 years or 12 years for being a drug dealer in Dubai, a gangster, and he wanted to hurt Beefy, and Beefy had to run to Daniel Kinahan and say, tell him to leave me alone.
Oh my God.
But I think Daniel Kinahan allegedly might even know that that's going on because Daniel Kinahan himself gets pegged by Sandra Vaughan, allegedly. They're all perverts in that world, aren't they? Billionaires, Drew. We can't imagine that kind of life, right? And they're all weirdos, and they're weirdos to start with, aren't they?
Oh my God.
I'll tell you what they call Daniel Kinahan and Sandra Vaughan, right? The Ralphie and Janice out of Sopranos. Do you remember when Janice was sticking the dildo up Ralphie's arse in bed, saying, talk to me, you dirty bitch, how much do you earn a day? Do you remember that? In the Sopranos. Well, that's it. That's what Daniel Kinahan is. There's Sandra Vaughan with a big dildo sticking it up his arse going, you're a gangland boss, are you? I'll give you gangland boss, you bitch. You know what they're like.
What? Oh my God. Now we know. Stormy, you crazy. He said, now we know why we call him Beefy.
Yeah, he's Stormy. He's a gigolo. Yeah, he is. You think I'm kidding?
Oh, shit.
But you know, these people, they like gigolos like danger. So he's been shagging, right, servicing the wife of Daniel Kinahan. My God. That's
you're not scared that's going to get him killed? Or is Daniel Kinahan a cuck?
Again, he might hide in the wardrobe looking out the keyhole. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I can't, man. This is
How does Art know all of this? Because I know everything. Everyone talks to me. Honestly, if I told you some of my contacts, you'd be like, you wouldn't believe the people that tell me things, and other people, and things are just known, right? Things are just known about this, this kind of stuff.
Oh my God.
Where's the beef? Where's the beef? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Beefy.
I forgot I had that on my soundboard.
Beefy.
Ew. Yo. These some weird mofos, man. You know, when you get into that level where you have like endless money, the weirder shit gets. You get caught up, well, you know, give me 20 million and I'll just like disappear. You ain't gonna hear from me. I don't want to associate with people that have that kind of money.
Well, no, to be honest, the more money you get, the more quiet you should be, and the more you'd want normality.
Accurate is crazy. He said, this is indeed the British tea. Yes, sir.
See, that's why they threw the tea in the harbour in Boston.
Oh, my God. I can't believe this picture right here, though. I can't get over this. You know,
and that Lazez in the picture with Daniel Kinahan, he's the one who bought the two tankers, one 42 million, one 58 or something, and they were sending millions of gallons or barrels of oil to China from Iran, and that is why I think the Dubai authorities have finally acted. And also, Stephen Lyons might have grassed him up allegedly.
This is nasty work, man. Well, his ass is caught. His ass is caught, and I can't wait. But I hope that he snitches and throws everyone under the bus before he's found hanging in his cell.
Again, yeah. Well, you know.
Yup. Listen, I have a $5 million bounty on my head. You'll never see me. If I'm running, you'll never see me. You'll never see me. This motherfucker's at a whole fight, not even in a fucking disguise. He ain't give zero fucks. So they just got tired.
At the moment, the Irish are trying to extradite him to Ireland. However, if the Americans get a chance, I think they would extradite him to America.
I want us to get him first. I want to see what we're going to ask him.
Yeah, no, I would prefer the Americans get him because I think that might make him open up. And because if he's looking at Supermax next to El Chapo, I think he might have an indication to say I'll blow the whole whistle on the whole lot.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think if they try and bring him back to Ireland, somebody's going to spring him and he'll go back on a run, or somebody will kill him and he won't make it. That's what I'm scared of. I want him to talk. I need Daniel to talk. I want him to know everything. And he's going to be talking about all this other gangster shit. And they're going to say, by the way, what's good with you in boxing? And I want to know what he says. Oh, boxing? Oh, yeah. I did this, I did that, and Fury and Sugar Hill and Big John and Huggy Fury and fucking Martin Carefoot is buried somewhere in the mountain over there. And yeah, we did all of that. But anyway, give me a deal because, you know, I don't want to go down for 104 murders.
Well, they forgave Sammy Gravano of 19 murders.
Right. Sammy the Bull. That motherfucker was walking down. He was in the Bronx, man. He was walking down. What's that block on Little Italy? Forgot that block's name.
Mulberry Street.
Was it Mulberry? No. It's another street right there. It's right down the block from the White Castles off of Fordham Road. But when I saw that clip on the news of him walking, I was like, I know exactly where that is. They have a whole fucking a painting on the side of the wall of what's the actor's name that played Sonny in The Bronx Tale?
James Caan.
Him. They have a whole as Sonny. They have a whole fucking painting on the side of a wall. It's really nice.
Do you know the irony of that, Drew? James Caan was Jewish, not Italian.
Ain't that funny? I knew that. Ain't that funny? Yeah.
And if you want to look at the real history of the mafia or organized crime in America, it's not Italian, it's Jewish.
Bro, don't get me started. You start talking about those small hats and the channel start flickering. Oh boy, those people.
But yeah, well, I hope I've brought some stuff, a bit of fun and all of that. But what we'd be talking about here tonight, right? Honestly, it's it's all out there if you just choose to go and have a look. But honestly, this Daniel Kinahan. But remember, right? It's not. They haven't finished now. As I say, it's like arresting John Gotti's son and John Gotti's still free. Christy Kinahan Senior is the founder. He's only in his late 60s.
Mm-hmm.
He's fit as a fiddle, right? So the business will go on. It's not going to finish now.
This is, like you said, brother, this is tip of the iceberg. I'm just enjoying the fireworks, and I'm hopeful. And I want you guys in the chat to understand the boxing side of this is so small.
Mm-hmm.
It's so small because this man was involved in bigger shit. He was just fucking with boxing to wash a little bit of bread. And that's how it got to us, because Deontay Wilder was a victim of the bullshit, and we didn't know. We in America, we didn't know no fucking Daniel Kinahan. We were like, who the fuck is that? And this, what Art is just giving y'all, this is who this guy is. And he so happened to be involved with who? Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's association with this bad motherfucker is the reason why he's not in America right now. Right now. Can't wait for that documentary to come out, man. Art, man, salute to you, good brother.
Yeah, salute to you and to the chat. It's lovely to catch up, Drew. But listen, honestly, this is not the end. It's not even the beginning of the end. What it is, however, is the end of the beginning. The firing gun, has, excuse the pun, has only just been fired. Right? This is now, in legal terms, there's going to be plenty of material out there and new revelations of Daniel Kinahan. And by proxy, it will affect people like Fury and those in the boxing world.
True story.
You'll be doing an episode once a week on this, Drew. I guarantee, because you'll find out new things and go, hang on, I've got to do another one.
Hey, I'm waiting on that. And by the way, thank you for the correction. Chaz Palminteri.
Oh, Chaz Palminteri. Oh, but that's different.
That's
that was a Bronx Tale.
Right, Bronx Tale. Thank you.
And Usual Suspects. He was the policeman, wasn't he?
Yes. Yep. Let me see something. Chaz Palminteri, Bronx. Painting. Let me see. See if they have it, because it's right here. Like it's not far from where I live, near it. I could drive it right up Fordham Road. I can't believe they don't have no pictures of it online. Here it is. This is it. Let me show y'all real quick before I get out of here. Let me show y'all. Share screen. This is it. It's nice. And I'm gonna tell you something else.
Look at that.
That's the only thing they don't tag over, because normally people put graffiti over it. They don't touch this right here.
Is that the devil's horns he's doing?
Yeah.
What's all that about then? Why do people keep doing that?
Hey man, it's deep. It's deep, man. But that's that's letting you know. Let's just say that's just letting you know something.
Is that letting you know that they're part of that culty kind of thing?
Yeah.
Is that a tribute or something? Is it a bit like Robert Johnson at the Crossroads when he, when he made, and what was it? Bob Dylan said, the Commander in Chief.
I'll say this: it is exactly what you think.
All right, okay.
It's exactly what you think. This is off of Fordham Road, right next to the TD Bank.
But also in that, Drew, if you look, there's a silhouette of an adult walking away with a child. I don't know what that represents. That's not nice, is it?
I think that's Bobby D's character when his son was a little younger, like walking away. I don't know.
Oh yes. No, I do in Bronx Tale. Yeah. When he took him home from the after his son won $600. That's it. He took him home. Come on, let's go home.
Right.
Oh yeah, no, I can see it. I just It's just today though, Drew. We the symbolism is just in front of everyone, isn't it?
Yep. But this is, it's right there. It's right there on Fordham Road, and nobody touches it. Nobody tags on it.
Mm-hmm.
They filmed the movie around the corner. You know what I mean? So yeah. So
anyway, Drew, lovely. It's been great to speak to you.
Yeah, man. If I miss any news, always hit me up, man. Keep me posted because we on this thing. And if Deontay's documentary is not 100% done, we can always just.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, if Tay is listening, maybe you could actually, the stuff we've been talking, maybe you could even just relay the stuff that I've been mentioning to Deontay. And
Hey,
look,
bro, he might be listening right now.
It's not difficult to be able to add 5 minutes on the end or something, because look, at the end of the documentary, what a cherry on the cake to say, and all of that stuff about Daniel Kinahan, and then you could go to a news report, you know, Irish gangster arrested in Dubai, Daniel Kinahan, Dubai porta potty, pegging, you know, it'll have everything in it, won't it? I know, honestly. Well, why not? Why not expose these people for all that rude stuff they do? Dirty, filthy perverts.
Fucking perverts, man. Wait till all this shit comes out. Well, it's coming out, man. We've been patient. I knew it. And we only getting started, man. You've been great, brother, man. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
All the best, guys. Well, it's now 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's been well worth me staying up. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you, good brother. And we'll talk, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, good brother. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Art Hostage. That's our brother. Y'all make sure y'all follow him. I'm gonna get that brother to go to Rumble. I'm gonna send him a link on DM right now. As a matter of fact, man. Hey, bro, listen. I told you, man. That's that British tea right there. He spilled the real tea, the British tea, the original tea. Tea time. Yes, sir, man. And that was Simian Sunday. What am I? Episode 14 on Simian Sunday. I had time. I said, let me talk about this Kinahan stuff. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. The only reason why these other clowns that are contrary to everything that we say, right? They don't want to talk about this because we're talking about it. Listen, man. Put aside your hatred. Put aside your hatred. This was a crime, y'all. And if y'all don't want to talk about it, fine. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. And I was just going to coast on this on my own. And my good brother pops up in the chat, and I sent him a link, and you saw we cook. We've been on here almost 3 hours cooking, man. Yeah, no, K-Rod, I mean it. Simian Saturday. You know, always got to make reference to the apes, man.
Hey, mister, wanna buy a monkey?
Yeah, come on! Yeah, man, come on! Yeah, man, come on! Yeah, man, come on! Yeah, man, come on!
Faggot shit.
Better than that!
Would you like to buy a monkey?
Monkey!
Lord of mercy. Andrew, what up, bro? He said he spilled $1 million worth of British tea. Yo, he man, it's always great, man. It's always great, man. Simian Saturday, brothers and sisters. So, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my night. This was a great live. And listen, this is what we're doing here. We're talking about justice, man. Are the haters talking about this, or are they trying to blow Tank? I'm saying, I heard, and shout out to Blue Blood, I heard Mellow Yellow, that little fucking monkey, put out a post on Twitter talking about he's coming back, and then he deleted the post, and then he discontinued the social media. Didn't Cal say, oh, get his back, let him know you love him. Yeah, I ain't DMing him. I ain't saying anything to him. For him to tell me, F you, man, shut up. So screw Tank, because a lot of y'all pillow bodies want to screw Tank. But salute to all of y'all, man. My lives are going to be sporadic because my work schedule has changed. So just be on the lookout for videos and Premiere. I'm putting out a lot of other content on Painful Excellence podcast because there's a lot of things I need to address that have nothing to do with boxing. And we working on Rumble, man. Rumble's where it's at. So, hey, Miguel.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Pillow biter, you're disgusting. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.